favorite podcast platforms. We're the #1 destination to learn about snowmobiling, network with other sledders, and have an awesome time doing it. We'll meet other snowmobilers that share your passions and show your fan photos along the way. Snowmobile Sessions Live. Enjoy the ride.
It's a journey for life, and I'm gonna ride. Hang on.
This episode of Snowmobile Sessions Live is brought to you by Canuck Powersports. They're Oakville's full-line BRP dealer with sales and service to all BRP models and so much more. Right now, they have the 21 days of giveaways going on just in time for Christmas. There's lots of prizes, including jackets, Ski-Doo helmet, Link stuff, Can-Am Off-Road, Sea-Doo, and more. By the way, he's also going to be giving away some Snowmobile Session t-shirts. So how you enter is you go on to Facebook or in the bio on Instagram. There's a link right there for the giveaways. Go on there, like them on Facebook, like them on Instagram. Go on to YouTube and give them a subscribe too while you're at it. It's also brought to you by Fast Track Traction Products. Modern tracks have come a long way from the tiny lugs of years ago, but there's one thing they'll never be able to do. That's penetrate ice. If you ride trails, you'll come across some icy situations, and that's where Fast Track Stud Kits can help you. They take a unique approach to studding a snowmobile with design materials and stud templates. And you know what? You go on to fasttrack.co, fasttrac.co, and you add those studs, nuts, and backers into your cart. Put that toolkit in your cart. Use the coupon code SNOW, S-N-O-W, and that toolkit is absolutely free. It's also brought to you by our super fans. And last week, we had quite a few of them step up to the plate, and we started it out with Brad Hitchcock giving away a 20-pounder. Mike Gooley's, he matched her. Jason Seamer, he gave us a super sticker. And Tony Katz says, $20 making up for the missing the first several episodes of the season. Cheers, boys. Thanks for the content and keep it coming. Woo! Holy, that's a big one.
Yeah, man.
Thanks a lot, guys. Really appreciate that. Yeah, and sure. Yeah, so how's your weekend been?
That was good, buddy. How about you? Yeah, I had a good weekend.
Not bad. You picked up the sled, the new Polaris, did you?
No, yeah, no.
No, not in yet. No,
buddy.
See, mine's in an energy. It's right there beside me, right here.
Oh, is it?
Right
yeah, right. It. Hey, I might go hit John Luke up for that because that's might be what I'm riding this year.
Hey, we could have races down the toboggan hill, man.
That's it, buddy. Yeah,
yeah, for sure.
For sure. Yeah,
so
no, that's good, man.
Yeah, so I didn't do too much this weekend. Put up the Christmas lights and
nice.
Got some honey-do list things knocked off. So,
boy, get them all done before the season.
No, that's right. So, anyway, we have a special guest tonight, Mr. Ryan Hawkins from Canuck Powersports. How are you doing, Ryan?
Good, guys. How's everyone doing tonight?
Good, buddy. Good to see you, man.
Good. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
No problem. Thanks for taking the time on such short notice too. It was just last week that we found out about you, and you stepped right up to the plate. So, I have a question to kick off the show. Are you related to Rock and Ronnie Hawkins by chance?
Yeah, he's my uncle.
You're serious?
No.
It's too bad.
It's just you played that one good, Ryan. That was awesome.
I was going to make you phone him.
No relation whatsoever.
That's
no.
Awesome.
Do you know who he is? Do you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, the singer. Yeah, I know who he is.
Yeah.
You probably get it all the time, right? Let's see who's in the chat here before we get going too far down this road here. Brad Hitchcock, he says he's ready for another great show. Let's go. And the Michigan Outlaws, they're in the house, of course. He says tips ups. The best way for your buddies to check your carbides. And Mike Gooley's, he was early tonight, and then he was wondering where the hell we were. And, sometime is now Greg's back. Of course he is. Who else we got here? Corey Broxon, that was Jay Fly, hello, Wisco Sledheads. What's up, everyone? Pumped for the show. And his snow check is supposed to arrive this week, hoping for another great show. Oh, yeah, we always hope for great shows. Pro Polaris, what's up, Sledheads? And he gave us a beer and a sunglasses emoji thing. And Corey says, good evening, fellas. And Todd Harold, snowing hard in Sudbury and looking forward to the show and sledding again. Sled Addicts, he says, what's going on, boys? And Pro Polaris, Yeah, Pro Polaris. Who else is in there?
Jeff Steenbeckers, man. Nice.
Jeff Steenbeckers. All right on. He's hooked. We got him hooked on the crack. And Big Grizz 700, who, oh man, there's a lot of people in the Dan Brindley, greetings all. Odie, the sled and car guy. He's sending some pictures. Jumpman Jay's one of our all-time faves as well. So yeah. Who else we got? Angelo D. Sup, bro? He's been a good one lately. Snowstorm, of course, one of the OGs. Mark K. Who else we got? Energy Powersports. We're here, boys. Dominator, Evening Brappers. I think I probably missed some. Sorry, but Dave Snyder, Mark K. Uncle Buck. Is Mrs. Uncle Buck around?
Yeah,
that's what we need to know. Yeah, she is. The wind's howling tonight. Hopefully it doesn't bring many trees down.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. Oh, yeah. It did bring trees down in my area. Yeah.
Oh, did it? Yeah.
So what's?
Yeah, I picked.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's
crazy.
Yeah, crap. It was sideways and snowing like mad and all that stuff. So, okay. And this is not about me and you, Rich. We're talking to Ryan here. So,
yeah.
So Ryan, tell us a bit about Canuck Powersports. How did you get started?
Well, it was back in 2016. A bunch of us have always been riding together, and I thought just for a little bit of fun, I'd try my hand at some writing. So I wrote an article on the Abitibi Canyon there up north of Cochrane and submitted it to the guys at American Snowmobiler. And they liked it. They liked the photos. They ended up picking up the article and posting it in their January 2017 issue. So it kind of kicked off from there. And I started writing some articles for What a Ride here in Ontario, Go Snowmobiling. We had U Motorcycle. We did a motorcycle camping blog with Ontario Parks. Had a couple articles on sleddealers.ca. So it just kind of took off from there, and I started writing, and then from there we decided that with my partners that we put together a charity snowmobile ride, and kind of went from there. So we do everything from our social media to writing articles in the past to now hosting an endurance snowmobile event up in Cochrane. So it's been a great transition. We've met a lot of great people along the way, and that's kind of how we got started, and here we are today. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
Nice.
That's awesome. Yeah, we're gonna talk more about that event. Go ahead, Rich.
Yeah, no, that's where I met Ryan last year. Was up there. Unfortunately, got canceled, but we still got to ride, so that was awesome, man. It was great, great riding with you and meeting a bunch of new friends up there. Had a great ride. It ended off the season nice last year. It was funny because we left. It was 17 degrees down here, and we were like, "What's? Are we sure this is going to be good up there?" Sure enough, we just get north of Timmins, and boom, it was awesome, man. It was a great way to end the season.
Yeah, it's cool. A great ride. This would have been our 4th annual year hosting the Great Northern Expedition, but last year, unfortunately, had to cancel. So back into our 3rd year, and we've got a lot of great backing again this year. So should be a good event. We got the event posted live there last night on our pages, and we've already had a couple people registering and stuff, and we're having a little bit of technical difficulties on our website hosting page for registration, so bear with us, guys. We'll in the next day or so we'll have that up and running for you, and we've got our IT tech on it. So
yeah, right on. Looking forward to doing that again this year. That'll be good.
What's the website address they can find that on?
So if you go to www.canuckpowersports.com, the registration form's there, and right on the main page, you'll see the Great Northern Expedition event. You can click on that. It'll drop down, or it'll give you a little blurb about what it is. Scroll all the way down. You'll see our sponsors, and just below that, you'll see the registration page. So, and our charity of choice, once again, this year is the Canadian Fallen Firefighters Foundation. It's been a great charity for us. So we're with them again for our 4th year, our 3rd year in a row here now. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, I spelled that right on the screen there, right? Yeah, so go check that out and register early, and away we go. So, yeah,
it's a great event. Lots of good prizes and stuff. It's great event.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, we're just talking about we've got some amazing prizes on board too. We have like CNA Pro skis. They donated a set of skis for us there every year, and we put that on our silent auction table. And 100% of the money that we raise through this event, through registration fees, through our silent auction, 100% of it goes right to the charity. So we operate this event out of our own pockets and through sponsors we generate by ourselves as well. So the charity benefits, it's 100% goes right to them, which is great. And we have great backing. CNA Skis, like I said, they throw in Bergstrom Skegs. You had Clark on there last week. They always throw us a set of triple point carbides. Nice. And some other swag to throw away and give in the swag bags. We have Choco Design gave us a set of gloves to give away and a jacket last year, which is phenomenal. Fast Track Studs is going to be doing something for us this year, which is going to be great. We have Polaris and DT Powersports there down in Uxbridge. They've been helping us out. They gave us some great prizes and some gift certificates to put towards some Polaris gear. And then we have Tangle Creek Golf and Country Club there in Barrie that gives away some golf passes. I know there's always golfers in the group, and we like getting out on the links when we can't be on the trails. So, so thank you to all the sponsors. They've been fantastic, and the support's been overwhelming.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's cool. So what do people expect, like that come up to this event? Once you register, where does it go from there?
All right. So on the Friday night, we have a banquet over at the Pavilion, which is just off Commando Lake. So the ride starts and finishes just next to the Best Western Swan Castle Inn, for those who have been up there in Cochrane before. And out on the lake, which is right adjacent to the hotel, they have a pavilion at the end of the lake. And at that pavilion, we do a banquet riders meeting on Friday night, so that we're not standing out in the cold doing the riders meeting and letting everyone know how the event's going to work. So on Friday night, we have local restaurants. They come, they donate food, and they cater the event for us, which is absolutely fantastic. We have a lot of local vendors from Cochrane come in and set up tables. And so we have like the polar bear exhibit, the snowmobile museum up there. We had Clay come up from Bergstrom Skegs and set up a table there last year. That was great. So people can go and ask questions about that. And then we have the 2 power sports shops up there. We have Paps and Borks as well. They're heavily involved. They bring over some new machines, ATVs and snowmobiles, and set them up, and people can climb all over them. And then we have the polar bear riders up in Cochrane as well. Kenny and his crew, they usually bring a groomer over outside and park that outside too, so people can check that out and ask them any questions about how things work up there. So that's the Friday night. We do our silent auction on the Friday night as well on the table. We do our registration, make sure everyone's there, and then we get right into our riders meeting, and we go over exactly how the event's going to work. And how it works is you register, you pay your $40, and you can choose from a 400, 600, 800, or 1,000K loop, which is all done within 24 hours. So the first year we had a 400 and 600K, and the 600K guys said, hey, let's do something a little bit longer. So, all right. So we threw in an 800K loop last year, and that was a big hit. And then some of the diehards said, well, we've done an 800, let's get up and do 1,000. So, so we're going to be adding that in this year as well. So we'll see how that goes. That's going to be a long day in the saddle for sure, but it should be fun. And then we just go over, we meet on Commando Lake on Saturday morning, 7:00. We end up sending off people in waves. Usually the 1,000 and the 800, we'll send them off first. And the participants can choose to do their loop in whatever direction they want. So counterclockwise, clockwise. We have checkpoints set out all along the loops. And as long as you hit all your checkpoints throughout the day, you're golden. So
nice.
we hand out maps to everybody when they register and check in on the Friday night. Depending on what loop they're doing, we have a highlighted route, and all the checkpoints are marked as well. And we usually have some gas stops marked on there as well for people that may not be as familiar with the area. So it is a self-guided event. So once you get your map and everything, you got to kind of figure out where you're going. And we have some pretty crazy spots. So last year, the 800 loop was the Gold Rush Tour. So for those of you that have done the Gold Rush Tour, imagine doing that in one day. Like
it's like Cannonball Run on snowmobiles.
Absolutely, absolutely.
That's awesome.
So
right on.
So,
now, are the OFSC trails closed at the time? Like, you do it late in the season. Like, are you pretty much the last riders on the trails, or how does it work? Because I mean, if you do the math, I mean, the speed limit's 50 kilometers an hour. You're not doing 1,000 kilometers in 24 hours, right? Like, what?
Right. So for as far as the trail conditions go, that's why we do it up in Northern Ontario. We're pretty much guaranteed snow there. Even last year we had that early melt, which kind of threw a little bit of a wrench into our plans, and we had to cancel the event, unfortunately, anyways. But Yeah, so I usually put out tentative loops. I know guys, once they register, are bugging me, what's the loops? But we do tentative loops, and then from there, we may have to change it. And a year prior, we also had to change it 2 days because we had some trail closures and stuff due to some logging operations up in Northern Ontario. So the event is on sanctioned OFSC trails, so you have to keep in mind it's a ride. It's not a race. So guys will have to do it at their own pace. Now, we realize that some people ride faster than others, and that's okay, but that's on them. But the name of the game is to keep rolling and limit your downtime. So when you're stopping for gas, grab a handful of trail mix and a little bit of water, stay hydrated, and continue moving. You don't want to be stopping for lunch for an hour and a half, that sort of thing, or guys stopping at the side of the trail every 20 minutes to So the name of the game is keep moving, and if you're moving and you can complete those loops under the legal speed limit in your time. So
right on.
Yeah. So you're on your own once you get the map, right? It's self-guided. Is there sweepers that go out to, like, what if someone has a breakdown or malfunction, that type of thing?
Yeah. So everyone has our contact information, and then we're also in touch with some of the snowmobile clubs where the loops go through as well. We have had a couple instances where a group has got lost coming in, and myself and my business partner Todd, we stay next to the phones, and if we have to go out and get someone, we will. And so they contact us, and then they'll send us their location on their GPS or whatever. And if we have to, we'll come out and get them. We had a group run out of gas approximately 20 or 30 kilometers south of Cochrane when they should have came up the trail on the east side, but decided to go through Timmins and then up through the Y there. So we brought them out a little bit of gas and we finished in, but we won't sweep the course just because 1,000, 800, 600, and a 400K loop. That would take us 3 days just to sweep it on our own. So,
right. Yes.
So but we stay in touch through cell phones and emails, and then there's riders that have come in the group and have been there since day one that are more than willing to help. And we have guys from different clubs that come in and know the trails really well up there as well. So we can kind of pinpoint, and if we have to go and send out a sweeper to find someone, we can do so. So not a big deal.
Yeah.
But so far so good. It's been good, but you have to know your limits. You have to know your machine, and you definitely want to be riding some good iron up there. That's for sure.
Well, I wasn't worried more about the sweeper for helping people out. I was thinking you want to tell your buddies that you're broken down so they can come out and videotape it all. That's all. Make fun of you. They can talk smack to you while you're out run out of gas on the side of the trail.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know with our group in particular, we have a little tradition, and it's we have the pink hat. And what the pink hat is if at the end of the day, when we get back to the parking lot, you usually have a cold one when you all get back, and as you're loading the sleds in the trailer or the compound or whatever. And if anyone had a catastrophic failure or an off-trail experience or did something dumb throughout the day, we all sit around in the group and decide who gets the pink hat for the night. So the pink hat, I've got it a few times. Everyone in the group's got it, right? It's just a matter of what it is, but it's a fun thing. And then when we go out for dinner, you wear the pink hat. When we're riding the next day, you got the
gotta wear it with pride.
You wear it with pride. So when we go in for lunch, and then you're wearing that hat until someone else does something else, right? So the next day we have a revote, and we've had some years where the same guy's been wearing the pink hat for the entire trip. So
that's awesome.
Rich,
Uncle Buck says
we'll
the cap of
hat
shame
on you. Yeah, we'll get the pink hat on you there this year, Rich, for sure.
Yeah.
So,
no, I hope not.
So, but
never know.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's good times, and you got to have fun with your buddies. And if you aren't giving each other the gears, then it's always a good time. So.
Yeah.
Who was it that went off the trail there? Remember when we were heading in towards Hearst and someone, I can't remember who went off. I think Colt followed you off or somebody off.
Oh, yeah. I was definitely a candidate for the pink hat that day.
It wasn't off the trail, by the way. Like, he didn't go off the trail. It's just the trail continued kind of north, right?
We took the wrong trail.
Yeah, the wrong trail.
It was it was like a snowy, freezing fog. Remember, Rich? And we couldn't
wild.
see.
The temperature dropped and Hearst got nailed with a ton of snow. Like we were riding through a ton of snow. I think I sent the pictures in, Gary. It was last year.
You did. I remember that.
So that was that.
And it
trip
was
that
like 17 degrees here. And I remember you saying that you're driving up going like, oh, this is going to be a bust. And then you sent pictures and it was like Snowmageddon. Right?
Yeah. So that was that trip up in Cochrane with Ryan and Colt and all those guys. Yeah, it was good times.
Yeah, so I was leading, being the I was riding bumper that day, and
that was awesome.
I zigged when I should have zagged where the trail was, and I think I had 2 or 3 others follow me because you just couldn't see. You couldn't see the trail
exactly,
on it. So so
they're just following into the abyss. Mark
right,
Bowe says. Mark Bowe says 90% of sledders do dumb shit. So we're going to need more hats. I mean, if we get Mark Bowe up there, we're going to need more hats. You
probably get a group of hats. Yeah.
It's kind of like the buffalo falling off the cliff, right? One falls off the cliff and the rest of them follow. Yeah, exactly. So,
we should try to is there a limit?
And I just wanted to say one thing though. Mark Bowe hit 700 subscribers. So check his YouTube channel. Yeah, check his YouTube channel out and hit that subscribe button because let's put him up over 1,000 this season. He's got some good content on there. So yeah. Now, anyway, go ahead, Rich.
Ryan, is that capped? Like, is there only so many entries you allow, or?
So in our first couple of years, we've had about 40 riders.
Okay.
Now, being towards the end of the season, the one year we had over 50 registered, which is great.
Nice.
But towards the end of the season, people have sled failures, or something happens, or someone in their group hurts themselves on a previous ride or something, and they can't make it. So we don't cap the riders because it is such a spread out. The loops are so spread out that once everyone leaves, we leave at 7 a.m. So the riders usually have a couple hours under their belt before they start seeing traffic on the trails anyways. And once everyone's spread out, it's pretty good. So we don't need to cap it. There's plenty of room for everybody up there, and the riders, depending on their loop that they choose, could be traveling through 7 or 8 different districts, depending on how far they need to go. So there's lots of room for everyone, so we don't need to cap it.
Cool. Yeah. Right on. And there's no do you close it off by a certain date, like a week before, or no, it's open right up until the event? Yeah,
it's open right up to the event. Now the first 40 people that register, we have swag bags for them as well. So in the bags, there's over $40 in gear in there. So in the past, we've had Royal Distributing giving us gift certificates to hand out to everybody. We've had, Pap's Power Shop. They've given us Skidoo toques and Skidoo shirts. Borks dropped off, a case of oil to give away to someone. So we raffled that off. So in your swag bags, we have the town of Cochrane is very involved in this event as well. So there's a lot of Cochrane swag in there as well, and a lot of info about the town and everything. And we do a lot of riding up in Cochrane, so it's great to get to know the area that you're riding in and the background and the people that live there, and make this all happen so that we can have these amazing snowmobile trails up north.
Yeah, for sure. It's a nice area. Great. It is an awesome area.
Yeah, we'll throw you up some swag for prizes too. Okay, bud.
Yeah.
All right. So, thanks, guys. Appreciate that. And Gary, if you could autograph them for us, that'd be great too.
and Rich too.
Yeah.
Rich.
John Henry.
Rich is going to be there, so he's got to drag you up there this year.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah.
Maybe we'll do an autograph session right at the riders meeting. We'll have an autograph session with Gary and Rich. How's that sound?
That's $50,000 though. You don't want to take that out of your
that's true.
budget though, do you? Like,
right on, Mark. Thanks, buddy.
We're not cheap. Yeah, here, let's clean that house up there. Mark Slayton says, could only be here for a few minutes tonight, but listen to every podcast. Keep up the awesome work. And you know what? I took Rich's advice, and he kind of kicked me in the butt there, saying I don't put the podcasts up fast enough. So they're all there. We're up to date. Clark was up last week.
Yeah, it's my one buddy. He gets all over me. He goes, you gonna ask Gary to put that last show up? So that's awesome. So there you go.
I was 3 behind. He was totally right.
Yeah.
So I had them in the hopper, but I just didn't hit publish. So
yeah,
that's an issue. I think you got to do that. Oh, there was a question there. Can you enter solo? Yeah, sled 519. Can you enter solo, or do you have to be part of a team?
No, you can enter solo. We've had a bunch of guys come up and ride solo, and depending on their riding group, we try to pair them up with a group or something so that they're not out there riding solo. Because as you know, anything can happen while you're out there, right? So we had a couple guys doing the 600 and the 800s last year that came up solo, and it's a great bunch of riders that are up there, Rich, as you know. So there's no pressure or anyone asking, hey, do you mind if this guy joins or comes into your group? Everyone's like, yeah, absolutely, right? So
met a lot of great guys last year. That was awesome. Met a lot of great
Sled 519 would have no problem making friends up there, I'm sure.
Big Grizz. Can you pull up his comment there, Gary? Big Grizz. Yeah.
He says, I completed the 800 kilometers last event. It was hard, fast ride, but it was really fun. That's awesome.
Yeah. That's good.
Right on, Grizz. Yeah, we hope we see you again this year too. That'd be that's fantastic.
He did that on an ATV, the Grizzly 700, or did he do that by sled? Like, we have to clarify this.
Yeah. Put a set of tracks on it, right? Might take him more than 24 hours to do it on an ATV.
That's
with
right.
Tracks on it, but it'd be an accomplishment for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Was there any other questions I missed there, Rich?
No, I don't think so. No, we're pretty good there. Yeah.
Mark Slayton says, wear the pink hat with confidence, just supporting the pink ribbon riders. Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, he loves that. So
no, it's a great event for those that we on our registration form we always put what's your highest recorded mileage in a day, and there's quite a few riders that come up from Southern Ontario, and it's 350, like 400, and that's a huge day down here. As you know, the trails are a little tighter, a little more technical, and you get up north, you can stretch those big sleds up a little bit more. They're staying in the legal speed limit, of course. But
of course, 49.8.
That's right. Yeah, and so you can go up there and have a great time. And when we did the 400 and 600 the first year, as soon as the 600 guys got back, they're like, let's do an 800. And then last year, the 800 guys got back and they're like, okay, let's do 1,000. So who knows where this might take us? Maybe next year we'll do a 2-day. And really get it.
48 hours of craziness.
Yeah, so maybe we'll do a 800 out and an 800 back. Maybe go out to Halfway Haven or something from Cochrane and come back the next day and put it to the test. There 2 full days of 800-900K days. That'd be pretty awesome.
Oh yeah,
nice,
great man.
Out of curiosity, like the guys that do the 1,000 kilometers in 24 hours. How much time do they have left? Are they on the line, or they got an hour to spare? Or
so it's not a timed event, and like I said before, it's not a race; it's a ride. So, if someone came in a little bit longer after the 24 hours, there's no trophies for coming in first. So,
okay,
all right. So it's we can't promote pushing people to ride outside their limits just to make a time. A time limit, right? We're there to have fun, and the name of the game is to have a safe day, ride some high mileage, and I've gone to some other great charity rides as well, and it's 150K day, and my sled's kind of going, okay, that's the warm up. Let's keep going here, right? So we're offering something that's not like nothing else out there right now. So riding some high mileage with a great group, and we always head up to Cochrane. Todd, myself, he's my business partner there at Canuck Powersports, and gives me a lot of help throughout the years, not only in snowmobiling now, but in previous events that we've run. But we're up there on the Tuesday before, and we're riding and putting out the signs, and those guys are starting to roll into town Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It's like, okay, well, we got to run up to the canyon and put up a sign up there and go see the boys up top. And hey, do you mind if we tag along? Yeah, sure. And so, on the Wednesday, we might have 4 guys, couple tag along. By Thursday, you might have 6, and by Friday, we might have a group of 10. So just joining us before the ride. So, and then we're all going out for dinner and having drinks at night and hanging out together and sharing stories from past years. So you guys know what it's like. It's a very close, very tight-knit community, and the people that have been with us are just fantastic people. So yeah, we enjoy seeing them every year.
That's cool. How many people does it take to organize that event and work it, kind of thing?
All right. So right now we have 4 of us, and so there's myself, and then my wife Kim. she puts in so many hours behind the scenes that everyone doesn't see. So she gets our website up and running, and all of our technical stuff that, as you guys know, I'm not the most technical person. So, she gets all that organized for us. She gets the draw prizes all organized and wrapped up and looking nice, and does a lot of all that behind the scenes stuff. So, I wouldn't be able to do it without her. And she puts up with my crap every day too. So she should get an award just for that. And then
That's awesome.
And then my business partner, Todd, there in Sudbury, Ontario, he's in the chat tonight. He'll chime in.
He said he's your sweeper.
Yeah.
He said he's your sweeper.
So he's my right-hand man when it comes to getting the event up and running once we're up there, and he does some advertising for us in the Sudbury area and putting out posters and that sort of thing. And once we get up there, we're driving out, putting out our signs. We're doing some media stuff, shaking hands with people while we're up there and stuff too. So he's right there helping us set up for the banquet on Friday night. So, and then on the Sunday after everyone's in and tired, we're going out to sweep the course and pick up all the signs and stuff on the way home too. So Sunday is usually one of our biggest rides after the event has taken place. And so we need that extra set of hands and extra sled, and it's been great. He's been a great help. And then our fourth and final person is our Cochrane contact, Renee. She's we couldn't put this event on without her, to be honest. She does all our contacts up in Cochrane. She organizes with Tourism Cochrane, and organizes the local restaurants and gets the pavilion set up for us, and that all looked after. She's our person up there that takes care of all the local logistics, and it's just an amazing to have her on our team. And we're very grateful. And between the four of us, we all come together, we make it work. We have a great event every year, and we're only looking to get bigger and better every year as well. So, thank you to Kim, Todd, and Renee. Couldn't do it without you guys. So
that's awesome. That's good. And hopefully we can get some more guys involved, Ryan, by the show and word of mouth. And we can also put out another kind of a reminder, the month of, Gary.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we can get you back on if you want to say a few words before the event to kind of get people going in the new year. We don't have a problem with that. I think it's a great event. It's got a lot of people in the chat talking about it. And Clark from Triple Point says that Clay and I would prefer to deal with Kim over Ryan. What do you think he means by that?
It's Clark and Clay over at Bergstrom. They're a great bunch of guys.
Oh, amazing, man. Great guys.
You guys had them on the show last week, and they're just.
And he was refraining on. He was calm and cool and collected on the show. He's off the chain when he's off the chain. When he's not on air.
Those boys are great guys. They've supported me, and we've been working closely with them. So Canuck Powersports and Bergstrom have been working together now for quite a few years, and it's a great partnership. They make a great product. Not only their triple points, but their trail grabbers and their good and ugly bars, and and they're great guys. You can pick up the phone and give them a call, and they'll sit there and talk to you, and it's personal, just like we're sitting here on the couch tonight. It's great. And I heard Clay is quite the chef too in the kitchen. So if anyone has an opportunity to have some of Clay's cooking, he's definitely got the kitchen to do so. And he is both a bunch of guys, and we sit in the rooms overnight at night when we're out on rides together, and just the stories and the laughs start flowing. It's nonstop. It's a great partnership with Bergstrom for sure.
We got to get Gary and Corey. We'll get you guys up there too this year, Gary. You and Corey hopping the trail. Yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah. Mark Bowe's in too. Look at Mark Bowe, YouTube, 700 subscribers. Hit his button now. He says, how many entries do you have each year? Do the trails get beat up?
So we've had 40 to 50 entries since we started this.
That's not bad.
So it's pretty good because not everyone's an endurance snowmobiler, right? So, and like I said, the 1,000, the 800, it's such a widespread loop. It's not like we're doing the same 50K loop over and over and over and over again. So the trails are good, and the clubs up there are amazing, and they're wide and fast trails. So the traffic, even if there's lots of people on the trail, it seems minimal for those of you that have ridden up north. And once everyone gets spread out, it doesn't seem busy at all. So, 50 people on the trails spread out over 1,000K or 800K loop, if you really think about it, isn't that much. And you can go whatever direction you want to hit your trek points. So, 5 or 10 guys might go left, right? And another 5 or 10 that are doing the 800 might go right. And they'll cross paths sometime throughout the day, passing each other, and then continue on. And there are other people out on the trails enjoying the trails as well. So it's definitely it's not congested by any means. And when we're leaving Cochrane in the morning, like I mentioned before, it's 7 a.m. We're getting out there before everyone usually comes out to fire up their sleds for the morning anyway. So usually get an hour and a half, 2 hour head start before everyone starts coming out on the trails, no matter where the loops take you. So.
Nice. And it sounds like you're on the pulse of it as well, so that if there is any issues with trails being questionable or whatever, you're aware of it, right?
Yeah. So we have our friends, Kenny at the Polar Bear Riders. They're big supporters of our event as well. We have Steve Wilfang down Kirkland Lake area who's helped us out, and he actually messaged me there last year, a couple days prior to the event, said, we've got a trail closure due to logging. We're going to have to reroute this. And it wasn't even on the interactive trail guide yet. So having guys like that on the ground from the clubs and other guys that are up there riding the week before gives us a little bit of a heads up. And if we have to make any changes, we can do so. And we don't want guys going down closed trails. We're gonna keep everyone safe and keep everyone on open trails and give them the best loop possible too, right? So they can continue on and complete those mileages.
I don't think we mentioned this yet, Ryan. Neil was asking, what weekend is it? What's the exact date for it this year?
All right. So the date is March 5th in 2022 there. Okay. That's a Saturday. And then we have the banquet on the 4th, which is the night before. And that usually starts around 7 o'clock at night. So we understand that
that could be dangerous, couldn't it?
So
let's have a banquet the night before, and then we'll go out and ride 1,000 kilometers, Rich.
We could do it, Gary. Up there, I'm telling you, it's easy to do a few 100-kilometer day. Very easy. You can do 100 kilometers in an hour and a half. But I hear you. And that's doing the speed limit, by the way.
And,
I love Odie. Odie, the sled and car guy, says, for all the miles he put on his Formula 583 last year, 800K would be a cakewalk.
Up there, Odie, you'd be able to take the Formula and do it, double your kilometers for a year, for sure. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
The trails are huge.
On that new Polaris, so he's going to be rocking.
Yeah, that 650 Assault. He's going to love it, man.
Nice. Yeah, new iron's always fun, boys.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I think everybody's getting new iron this year. Gary's getting new iron. Everybody.
Yeah, mine's right here. We were just talking about that, weren't we? We're right there.
I'm waiting for my spring.
It's a Gen 4.
Well, Gary and I were both joking, saying, the sleds are, obviously, all the manufacturers are doing their best to try to get the sleds delivered, right? But Gary and I were laughing, thinking we have to hit John Luke up for that to the right.
Yeah, that's right.
Looking at Gary to the left, his right. That's awesome.
Yeah. Read that one, Rich, on the screen.
Greg, that's a low blow. The Americans, 100 kilometers, isn't that 7 miles? Yeah.
It's something like that. It's kind of like our exchange rate for the American dollar too,
right?
Yeah. They should come. They should come up here and they could pay for all of our entry fees,
right? Yeah, there you go.
And some, and our fuel and oil too, right?
That's right.
So,
they'll figure out how many liters go into the tank instead of gallons. Yeah,
that's right. That's right
for sure. But we'd love to have our American friends up to the event too. That'd be great. And even with the pandemic, hopefully the borders stay open and we're not limited there. It'd be great to see some of our American friends come up and visit us. We have riders come from, we've had Manitoba riders, Quebec, come and join us as well. So it's a great time and a very diverse atmosphere too, which is great.
That's cool. Yep. And if someone does want to come up from the U.S., do you mind if they email you direct and kind of get a walkthrough on what they need for permits and, all that good stuff?
Absolutely. Yeah. So, they can fire me off an email on my website there, or they can find me on social media. We're on Instagram and Facebook. I have a Twitter account as well, but I'm not as active on that one anymore. But you can fire me off a direct message there, or an email. My contact's there. My phone number is also there on the post, which I share to all the Facebook forums and pages as well. So if anyone has any other questions or wants to drop me a line anytime, yeah, I'll sit there and talk sledding all day for sure. No problem at all.
Nice. That's great. Okay. We'll make sure we get you some people interested in that ride. So and do you want to have a look at some fan photos and then we'll get back to talking about the event? And you've got a lot of really good shots too. So
right on.
yeah,
Let's do it.
Okay. Here, let me just bring this up and we'll get right on it. Fan photos are brought to you by Fast Track Snowmobile Traction Products.
Slides with us tonight, night. Don't let them go to waste. One moment, one shot.
Check out fasttrack.co. Here we go. And they're friends of yours as well. That's pretty cool. I love when you hear the names and John Accelerated Technologies and Clark from Bergstrom Skegs and Chris from Fast Track. And these are all big supporters of our show as well. So it's what a small little snowmobile world.
Yeah, for sure.
We live in.
Yeah, it really is. It's a great group. Absolutely. For sure.
Yeah. You run into Mike Gooley's. He came into Energy Powersports to meet Rich and I. So he's a big fan. He sent me these.
Was
pictures.
that at the
He
autograph table?
That was, yeah. No one brought their wives in for me to autograph their boobies though. So we're hoping that's the next event, right? Yeah. He says,
never know what might happen in Northern Ontario. Yeah.
I think that's probably probably the last time we'll see Mrs. Uncle Buck come up and say hi to us, eh, Rich?
Jesus, yeah, for sure.
But Mike Gooley says, hey, Gary, I woke up on Sunday morning, saw fresh powder and took out the sleds for a blast. My buddy took out his 1999 SRX 700 triple and had to send you these pictures for Rich, he says. Hope he likes them. We just stood around the triple and listened to it. Loved the sound and was talking about Rich outdoors and how he likes triples. And and then he sent me other ones too, which we'll get to those. But these aren't the triples, of course. No. This is him riding around. And Mike Gooley's, you can find him on YouTube, and he's got that video posted up as well. So go check that out. There's the shot for Rich. Oh,
there she is. Yep.
Yeah. So and he says
2000.
And then he says, yeah, nice. That's the one, right?
That's the 2000. Yep.
Lake Rockets.
Loved that sled.
Yeah. Oh, here. I clicked off that too soon. So that's good.
Oh no, that's a 99.
Is it?
Because in 2000 the headlight changed. It went to that dual bulb. So that's a 99.
Yeah, he does say it's a 1999 SRX 700. Yeah,
the
he
2000s went to the dual headlight. Yeah, that's cool. Right on. Nice though. Still beautiful.
It is for sure. Gorgeous sled. And then he said the next ones, he said he just had to send these in. This is another email. He said 6:30 Sunday night. It's still coming down. Awesome day. Sorry if the pictures are blurry, but he couldn't see a thing. And look at that. Look at the snow.
Awesome. Yeah. They're getting hammered up north. It's awesome. They're getting hammered up north. Cochran's he's out blazing the trails, man. It's going to be great.
And flooding up there too. So
and Mike Gooley's got the B2 Stingers on the way. Should have him this week. So he won't have any bad photos like this anymore. He'll be lighting up that whole frame. So motojungle.ca. B2 Stingers, H13 for that sled. Get him while we still got him in stock. And then sled 519, here he is. He doesn't have to go solo. He's got like lots of buddies. He's herding a bunch of cats up in Coldwater, Ontario last January. He says,
nice.
I love this wrap though. That's gorgeous.
Oh, that is wicked. Nice.
Yeah.
Who did that wrap for you? Yeah, comment.
Looks like an SCS.
Yeah, that's beauty.
That is wicked.
Looks like an SCS.
Nice.
Yeah. Couple of fast cats there though too. Wow.
Yeah. Oh, there's the 900 twin. We were just talking about that.
Yeah, she's sweet. Yeah, that's the SCS kit they got there.
Nice. That is wicked. Nice looking sleds.
Yeah. And this is from Odie the Sled and Car Guy, also another YouTuber. He says, still don't have my new machine yet, so I thought I would at least send a good feel-good picture. Mountain may be gone at the end of the day. Depends on how much rain we get. It's supposed to go down to -17 tonight. So with all the new snow, the rain and cold temperatures should start to give us a good base. Odie.
Yeah, That picture looks familiar. That looks like my hometown there.
That's Huntsville.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So yeah, that might be a good snowmobile jump too. Maybe we can Levi LaValle it over
Levi LaValle it, eh?
yeah, over the traffic light there into the McDonald's parking lot.
Right through the McDonald's arches. Right through.
That's right. That'd be a great video, wouldn't it? So
he should have sold the 583. Could have done that there.
hey Odie, when you get your new sled there, bud, we'll test her out on that jump.
Yep. Roscoe will make that, Gary. No problem, buddy.
Roscoe will make
that.
Yeah. Roscoe's going to come out in a couple weeks, 2 Mondays from now.
Yeah.
He's going to make his winter debut,
Attaboy.
rain or shine. So we'll talk more
Grass
about
drags or
that.
snow.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So we'll talk more about that next frame. But thanks for sending that picture in, Odie. That's pretty.
That's awesome, bud.
That shows you how much snow they've had in this parking lot. That's for sure.
Yeah, because Ryan, you're up in Huntsville too, right? Yeah.
Yeah, we're right in Huntsville there. Moved up to Muskokas there a couple years ago, and
nice.
Yeah, we love it up here. It's great for snowmobiling, motorcycling, whatever. You can leave right out your door, and you're right on the trails or right on the twisty roads. It's fantastic. Love it up here.
Nice.
Yeah, right on. I cabin in Port Sydney there, right down the hill from you.
Yeah,
just south of us. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Right near Mary Lake. Yep. Yeah, it is.
It's beautiful area.
Greg, what is Mary Lake? Wait, Greg's going to tell you what Mary Lake is. Yeah. Greg,
it was funny last year with the closures when they closed the Perry district and up north there. Actually had to trailer south to go snowmobiling, which was kind of a first, right? So we did quite a bit of riding out of the Ultramar there, right in Port Sydney, and right on the trail there.
Yeah. The and sorry, I should have waited when we did the fan ride and. I didn't stick around long enough. So Odie was the only fan that came out for a ride last year. So you were probably there waiting in the parking lot. Who knows, right?
Hey, maybe he wanted his boobs autographed. You never know.
That's right. Well, he did. It wasn't wanted. He got them.
Oh man, trailside signing.
I told him it was just a write-on wipe-off marker, but I used a Sharpie, so he's probably still got it if you want to see it.
Yeah. I'm never washing this off. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. They say you shouldn't meet your heroes, and he learned that. So this is my pal Adam Furlong, Furry from Backyard.
Do some maintenance here, Gary. Thanks, Mike.
Oh, really? Wait, how did I miss that? Oh, I got my chat off. Hold on a second here.
Nice.
Do I still have it? Oh, yeah. Nice. Thanks, guys. Ghoulie says, "Thank you for sending it in. It's our pleasure, man. We'll show them no matter what, but we don't mind the bribe. That's how the world goes around." So this is my buddy Adam Furlong, Furry from Backyard Recreation, and he says this is riding last year in Sycamus, BC, specifically Blue Lake. He looks forward to tonight's show, and he says, "Sign me up for the 1,000-kilometer, 24-hour ride." Woohoo!
Nice, buddy. Yeah.
Maybe he'll bring out Britt, the Turbo Summit, for the ride, and he wants to drive in front of Craig Nicholson, I bet, with his Summit.
He's a nice guy. If we get a bunch of snow overnight, you can break the trail for us too on that country sled for sure. It'd be awesome.
Oh, he's set to go. He's got a trail sled too, trail monster. So it's going to be good. But look at this shot here.
Oh, that's
you
wild.
You don't even see him.
That is wild.
So just a little heads up, we're going to be broadcasting live from Furry Shop on December 20th for Christmas celebration to match no other. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Furry's a mechanic. He's a licensed BRP mechanic. And if you have any questions, write them down and get them ready, because he'll tell you everything, man. He doesn't hold any back, and he punches, and he's
a good guy.
Brilliant. He's forgot more than we'll ever learn about wrenching on snowmobiles. So, and he's funny as hell. So I'm really looking forward to it. We got a lot of stuff in the works for it. So it's going to be a huge epic night, and it's going to be crazy.
It should be good fun.
Definitely on the bucket list to get out west and ride in those mountains for sure.
Yeah, I keep saying that.
It's just we just gotta put down the cash and do it.
Yeah.
And,
Well, we had Dan
excuses.
Adams on last year, and we said that we got to get out there and ride with him. That would be an awesome. That's a bucket list for me.
Yeah, I'd be
Yeah,
down for that
sure.
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Adam's going out in a couple of weeks. He's got his sled actually lives out in Alberta right now. So he's
really?
part way there. So he's gung ho, man. And
Nice.
the Powder Hounds is his group that he rides with. And
Right on.
yeah, they're all crazy buggers. So it's, we're going to meet some Powder Hounds on the 20th. So it's going to be a great show. So hang on to your seats because you'll only need the edge. That's what they say.
Ryan, Mark was asking, the entry fee's $40, right? Because you did say that. Yeah, $40.
Yeah, $40 per rider. And like we mentioned, 100% of that goes right to the charity. So
yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
He said it used to be a lot more, didn't it? And he says, why is it lower fee this year?
We started at $30 for our first year. And then, we bumped it to 40, and I don't think that's unreasonable. That's not even a tank of fuel through the sled. So, and then what you get with the Banquet and the swag bags and everything else, the more money that we can raise for the charity, the better. So like guys even said, bump it up $50-$60. There'd be no hesitation to pay that as well. So we're keeping it at 40 for now. And it's a great value and a great time. So it's, and the charity benefits. So, but if guys wanted to make additional donations, either when they come up or they're more than welcome to, and we'll pass that along to the charity when we send everything in after the end of the event. So
nice. That's awesome. Yeah. It sounds like you've you've been doing it. How many years now have you been running it?
This was supposed to be our fourth, but it's our third now because we had to cancel last year. So,
I can
we
tell
still got
that-
outrode.
Together.
We still got outrode, but it was good. It's a great event. Looking forward to going back.
That's cool. And you ride a Yamaha Sidewinder, correct?
That's right. Yeah, I'm on an LTX LE.
Nice sled.
And I just spring ordered a 900R this year, so I should be taken to delivery. And I actually talked to the dealer today, and they say it's being shipped out tomorrow according to the docket. So I should have it hopefully within my hands within a couple of weeks, or at least before the new year.
That's awesome.
So we'll get that broken in, and I'll get the majority of my season in on that. So the Sidewinder's still in the garage. It's been an amazing sled too. Like I said, I love that horsepower. You can't beat it. And when you're going across the lake or in areas where you can use that horsepower, it's a lot of fun to have it. So
for sure.
Nice.
Great
That's
sled
good.
too.
Oh,
Right
for
on.
sure. It's not the Mach though. It's a regular XRS 900R.
It's an XRS 900R. That's right.
Yeah, sweet. Good choice, man. They're awesome.
Haven't been on a do in a few years, so it's I'm not brand loyal. I want to I've been riding on a Sidewinder for 5 years now. It's been an amazing sled, and trying to try something different and kind of go from there. But hopefully on my YouTube channel, I'll get up a video comparison once I get it broken in. Compare it to the Sidewinder pros and cons for each sled, and
Great
really
idea.
get some good feedback. So it should be fun.
Yeah, sweet. Now, do you do any performance upgrades as far as the tuning or
Yeah. So I don't touch the
Mapping?
motor at all. I don't flash. I don't ECU. I've got a 2-stage clutch kit in it right now. So just to get that power down onto the trail. And then, I'm more about my handling. So I got my triple points on my skis. I got my CNA skis that I run. I'm a CNA guy. First thing that goes on the sled's a set of CNAs and a set of Bergstroms. And then, studded out back. And, anyone can pull a fun flipper in the straight line, I guess. But if you can keep your speed in the corners, and it's all about that too. So big horsepower is fantastic going across the lake, or if you're drag racing. But the amount of miles that we put on every year, I want that reliability. Not to say that the guys that are doing these flashes don't have reliability. I'm sure they do, and I'm sure they've been tested. But we just run a ton of miles, and with the Sidewinder, 200 horsepower is still a lot of jam. So.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. Perfect sleds for up there too, man. And
Absolutely.
down on trail riding. They're good sleds. Great sleds.
Absolutely.
What do we got here, Gary? Tanner Hobbs?
Yeah, Tanner Hobbs, he picked up some new sleds last week. His 22 Backcountry 850 and his brother-in-law's 22 Renegade Adrenaline 600, ready for the snow to fly up in the UP of Michigan. Thanks for a great show.
Nice color.
Nice.
That white and
Oh,
blue
I love-
rails and that is wicked.
Yeah,
It's nice to see different colors, eh? Like that's
I know.
my
You
buddy
don't-
Gord.
you don't
He
see that.
ordered the VR1 in that orange and beige color.
Yeah,
It's wicked. And Nunn said he's seen it in person. He says it's a wicked looking color sled. So I'm looking forward to seeing that too. That's
Yeah,
nice.
Blue's got
like
just enough blue just to make
Yeah.
it pop that little
Right?
bit. It's, yeah,
On the
it's nice.
top,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
the skis and the spindles
Yeah,
and
the
the rails.
rails.
That's perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it looks good.
You know what? It needs to. You know what needs to happen on that sled right there.
Oh yeah, bulbs, buddy. LED bulbs.
LED bulbs, but those
stingers.
warning labels. Yes.
Oh,
you
it's the
got
first
it.
thing. My sled doesn't even, it's not even cold, man. I bring it in and the heat guns out and all those labels come off.
Oh, where's my sound?
Yeah, mine too, bud.
Yeah, and they have to put them on, but it's like, nope, bye-bye. See ya. It's funny.
Yeah.
And even some of the knee pads you get for the sides of the tunnel there.
I was late on the applause there, Rich, but you nailed her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even some of
the
the knee
knee
pads
pads.
now are coming with the warning labels like stitched right into the knee
Yeah,
pads.
see,
which,
the problem with them, Gary, is they dye sub into the knee pads now, so you can't
Yeah.
remove them. They're dye subulated. They're not a vinyl, and that sucks. But you know what? I'd make black vinyl to go over top of it, or whatever.
Yeah, you thermal heat
Wrap it.
press over a big hunk of black. Yeah. No, that's a nice color combo. Matt Darnell, he says this is St. Germain, Wisconsin, back in January 2021. Lots of snow
Nice.
there. Big group of guys there too. Love it.
Yeah.
Look at the old TNT behind me. Oh, right there.
Oh, there's a good group. That's a nice group of.
What's
sleds.
the oldest sled what's the oldest sled you get going? Are you get some classic guys? Are you going to do you could do that. You could have a classic crew go out, couldn't you?
Yeah, so there's actually an event up there hosted by another gentleman. It's they have a classic run the same weekend the past couple of years that we've had it, and yeah, I don't know if I'd want to be on a classic sled for 400 or more K, but yeah, they do their own little ride up there, and I heard it's a great group of guys and that get together and do that ride, and they've got the old one-piece leather suits and the helmets and all the old sleds and stuff. I think it'd be pretty awesome to see a whole
Get some
bunch
video
of
of that.
sleds going by for sure.
That would be.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
some old Alans back there, right behind your head there, Gary. Is that an Alan?
I know.
Looks like?
That's a TNT right there with
Oh,
the
it's a
black.
TNT.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure Olympic or TNT. We can ask MJ next week. She's an expert on that stuff. But
Right.
yeah, there's some old revs in there, and it's a
Oh,
good
yeah.
look at this one right. If I put my pointer on, looks like a Blizzard.
This one right here, yeah, the third one in.
right there. Yeah,
Yeah,
right there.
nice. Yep.
It's pretty awesome. Man, oh
Yeah, I
man, I got looking at old sleds, and Rich fed through a couple of Scuzzy 800s, and it's
Oh,
like
there
now
was
I
that
got
one, that
looking at old
Millennium.
sleds again. That was
Michael.
clean, man.
That might cool, but
yeah.
a little too steep for me, man, to do on that side. I mean, you can.
Yeah,
Wow.
I think the oldest sled we had running a couple of years ago, I think we had an 03 MXZ 800
Yeah.
that old chassis, and yeah, I think they did the 600 too, and when he came back with his group, he pretty much laid in the snow and he was done. I think he was a hurting unit, but he did it. So hats off to him. It's great, and yeah, Todd and I make sure that we're back to the hotel to greet everyone when they're coming in from the ride as well. So we always have some chilly beverages sticking in the snow. So once you're done, you
Nice.
get off your sled, you can
Yeah,
have a little wind down with us.
right on.
Yeah, that's awesome.
of
And I
snow
love
there.
this shot here, the night shot with that perfectly carpeted
Yeah.
rolled out, right?
Yeah, fresh ribbon.
Yeah. And then with one track down the middle, somebody ruined the
Some
shot.
guy had to go
Yeah.
in. His buddy was taking the thing, and some guy went whipping by. Boom. It's like, God.
I was just going to say, too slow getting the phone out of the pocket, right?
Yeah, too funny.
But and the colors aren't messed up on this one. It's very brown snow, so I don't know whether it was just because of the lighting there that night or what. But yeah, so and this is again St. Germain, Wisconsin, and I love that sign. We're just talking about that sign on the way to Peterborough that used to have the old sleds on it, and when Corey and Rich and I were going up to Sledorama, and it's gone now. But I love these ones that go over top of the trail like this.
Yeah,
You
they're
know,
pretty cool. Yeah.
And then Corey Brock sending in his pictures of his freshly wrapped Mission 2022 Mission 7x16 inline. He just picked her up and then he gave it to some clown that wrapped it, and the rest is history. So I just did that. Corey and I have been working on it the last couple of weeks. So, and I said, this is when we met John Luke, he said, these little X's keep showing up in everything I do. And, I don't know why. It must be just a glitch in my printer or something, right? So, and then he sent a picture of his inside. He's got LEDs mounted in there, and then he's got his super clamps laying on the floor. And then we're gonna announce what this thing is that he's got in probably next week.
Right on.
But good looking rig.
Yeah, he'll look at that. It's got his name on it there too. So
Nice.
the super clips.
Yeah.
So we'll get to those coming up in a future episode. We'll be giving those away at the Christmas episode too. So stay tuned.
Nice.
And then no picture here. It didn't come through, but he said, here's a quick picture from this past weekend in northern Wisconsin. We got
Just
dumped
white.
on.
Yeah.
It's just a white. It is in all for Wisco sled heads and all. This is just a white tile I just put in there because I was hoping he'd send it in before the show, but he didn't. He might not have got my email. We got dumped on 11 inches at the cottage. He's ready for winter. He got the wife's sled out just to have a little fun. My VR1 will be arriving at the dealer this week. He said winter's here, and he does the 2 devil horns. He said the quick picture from this past weekend in northern Wisconsin. So there you go.
It was snow. Well, that's awkward.
That hard. That's okay. It's a polar bear and a snowstorm right there. So, yeah. Those are fun pictures, aren't they, Ryan?
Here we go.
Yeah, no, they're good. It's always good to see people out in their own adventures and what they come across on the trails and stuff like that too, right? So it's it's fantastic.
It's good. It's getting good. Like, and all those came in early. So if you guys want to be featured live on the air like Furry was tonight and Wisco Sledheads and everyone else, then by all means you have to send your fan photos in by noon Monday to fanphoto@mudbrats.com. And that's brought to you by Fast Track Snowmobile Traction Products. And make sure you use that coupon code SNOW and you can get yourself a free install toolkit with the purchase of your studs and stuff. So there you go.
Right
so
on.
Now we're getting to the good stuff. So you said you're a motorcyclist, eh?
Yeah, I haven't been on a bike now in about a year and a half, but we'll probably get into that story here shortly.
Well,
I remember seeing that photo.
Are you a good motorcyclist or are you?
Ooh, man.
Yeah, so
Buddy, you were so lucky.
Yeah, so keeping in the endurance theme, my buddy Randy and I, we've done a few iron butt motorcycle rides, and I completed one on a Ducati. That was pretty painful, and on my. So it's with the iron butt, it's 1,000 miles in 24 hours, and you are on the clock. But this was another one. So I had a Hayabusa. Like I said, I love the horsepower, and I did it up for a touring motorcycle. So I had a higher windshield on it, more comfortable seat, lowered my foot pegs, cruise control, all that kind of stuff, hand grip warmers.
Nice.
And anyways, we left my place about 4 a.m. Huntsville, and we went all the way up north, and we were up around Wawa and back, and we had about 1,600K or 1,700K on for the day already, and we were just south of Sudbury in the French River there, if anyone knows the area, right where the 4-lane highway goes back into a 2-lane highway. And it was dark. We got delayed a little bit that day for some construction, and then we tried to take another route to go around another way and got delayed again. So anyways, we were hoping to be by that area before it got dark, and unfortunately we didn't. And we were coming up. Randy was leading. He was in the left tire track of the right lane. I was in the right tire track of the left lane. We were riding staggered. I was about 10 feet behind him. And just as it was coming in, as we were merging over, there was a moose there right on the highway, and he clipped the moose and broke a fairing and a slider, and I unfortunately hit it dead on right from behind, and myself and the bike ejected into the median, and we pasted it off. The OPP officer and another friend of mine pasted off. It was about 70 yards, and we had about 6 or 7 impacts of both myself and the bike cartwheeling through the median. But I got very lucky. I was wearing my full gear, full helmet, proper motorcycle jacket, armored pants, proper boots and gloves, and that definitely saved my life for sure. So
wow, man,
all the gear all the time, guys. And Rich, I know that you're a big tech vest guy too when you're out riding on the trails, and I think I'm going to get one for myself too. But I definitely got lucky there. I was in where it could have happened was in the right spot. There was no 40-foot drop off. There was no rock ledge. There was no median guardrail, because if there was, I probably wouldn't be sitting here talking to you boys tonight. So had to be one of the scariest things that have ever happened to me. And like I said, we weren't going that fast. We were actually doing about 15K under the speed limit just due to how dark it was out there. And just unfortunately it happened. And my poor Busa there has seen better days. And it was kind of funny because when the tow truck driver showed up, he was saying, well, how do you want me to tow this bike up on here so I don't wreck it? I'm like, dude, look at it. It's in pieces. Wrap a chain around the front wheel and drag it up onto the
written
flat.
Off.
It's done. So, and then actually Todd, my right-hand man there, Canuck Powersports, he's in Sudbury, and he came down and got myself. They didn't transport me to the hospital, which was kind of surprising, but due to COVID and everything else, I was up talking to them. They took my blood pressure and heart rate, and everything was bang on. They're like, you're relatively calm for what just happened. So, and then they had the fire department and OPP show up, and pretty much all of them said, go buy yourself a lottery ticket.
For sure,
you gotta be the luckiest man alive. They say we have people hit moose and trucks and cars, and we're as lucky as you. So, maybe I was lucky that I was on a bike and I ejected, and I was in the right place at the right time, and where it didn't come through the front windshield if I was driving a cager. So
wow, man.
we went back to Todd's. Called the wife, told her what happened, said everything's okay. Todd drove me back home the next morning, back to Huntsville. Gave my little boy the biggest hug, and my wife the biggest hug ever. So
I bet, man.
When I walked in the door, and then I went to the hospital, and they checked me out, did CAT scans on my head, and told me that I'm still empty between the ears, so nothing lost there. And
then when you got out, you picked up the Auto Trader and you bought another one.
I definitely would have, but I was in pretty rough shape there for quite a while. I was off work for about 6 weeks, and I'm still doing a little bit of rehab from it as well. It's just to avoid recurring injuries, but definitely got lucky. The bike not so much, but wear your gear, guys. Whether you're
for
biking,
sure, man,
sledding, whatever, man. That definitely saved my life for sure.
Yep. No, that's good, man. Glad you're here.
Or glad. Yeah, I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. So here's the boys here. I have some other hobbies as well. There's Todd in the middle in the red sweatshirt.
Nice.
This is a bunch of golfing buddies. We get together every year for our annual cottage weekend, and we do some hunting and stuff too. So we were out busting some clays and firing off some guns that day, having a lot of fun, and just like in the sledding or motorcycling world too, right? The riding's fun, the shooting's fun, but a lot of the fun too is that night, when you're all hanging out and having dinner and in the hotel rooms and stuff like that too, right? That's part of the trip. So this is our we all these guys here, we're in golfing together and competed in golf back in the day, so we still keep in touch and still have a lot of fun together.
Nice.
Which is great group of guys.
Right on.
Awesome. More hunting.
Yeah, so here's the hunting group here. So Todd was nice enough to invite me to join their group a handful of years ago to come up to the group here. So this is up on Manitoulin Island.
Nice.
And a lot of happy faces there and a lot of orange. So
nice.
So same thing. We spend all day in the stands, and then we come home and share stories at the camp. And
the one that got away.
Yeah, that's right. And we eat very well, and Todd's one of the main organizers for the hunt camp week there too. So it's a lot of fun. Great group of guys, and definitely one of my favorite weeks, and I think everyone in that picture feels the same too. It's great to see everyone.
Right on.
Yeah.
It looks like a good group. What do you like hunting? What's your favorite game?
So this is for white-tailed deer here. I just went on a duck hunt there with 3 other guys from work there last week, and we're successful there and filled our limit as well. So white-tailed deer is the main thing, but I think I got to start hunting moose regularly. I think I owe them one.
Yeah, that's right. Payback.
So yeah, we're gonna.
Brad Hitchcock wants to know what your go-to what kind of shotgun do you use?
Yeah, so I'm using a Browning BPS, and when I'm busting clays or birds, I've got a 28-inch smooth barrel, and then for the deer hunt, I've got a 22-inch rifled barrel that I put on the BPS, and it's a pump action shotgun, and I have a red dot scope on the top, and it's treated me well in the last 2 years. I've been successful the last couple of years dropping my deer for the group, so it's good. I'm definitely going to be hanging on to that one.
There should be no shortage of deer up there, that's for sure.
No, for sure.
Yeah. Some years seem better than others, but yeah, there's a few, and yeah, it's a good time for sure. Great week.
There's the beast right there.
Very nice.
There's the winder. So that's here in Muskoka, riding locally there last year. Putting those
that's a great
CNAs
shot.
and Bergstroms to work there for sure, carving it up in the trails. So
yeah, that's a nice looking sled, man.
Yeah, I can't believe I haven't run into. Do you ride a lot locally? Like, do you ride a lot that Baysville, the Huntsville, and that type of area?
There's always this one crazy guy that goes flying by me way too fast. So maybe that could have been you. So,
it might have been. Yeah. Was there? Did I have the rear bag open and all these GoPro accessories flying at the back?
That's right. I do a lot of my riding in Northern Ontario, but last year with COVID and not traveling, and then just moving up to the area the last couple of years, I've been exploring around here locally. So yeah, I'll be doing a lot more riding around here locally. They're great trails, and
they are.
Like I said, I can go out and ride for the day and still be at home to have dinner with wife and the boy at night. So
that's nice.
Yeah,
that is nice.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. That was probably Odie, the sled car guy, passing on his Formula 583.
On
one knee.
Big cloud of blue smoke behind him. So yeah, it could have been.
Yeah, if he was on one knee, he would have been leaving you in the dust. Yeah, he gets into attack mode, and there's nothing a Sidewinder can do to keep up. Nothing.
That's a nice wrap.
Yeah, maybe Odie will. We can join up this year or something, since we're both local to the area, and we'll pack on a few miles this year for sure.
Absolutely
Definitely down for that if he is. So
yeah.
So
Odie can take you out to Drew's Ditch. You can get a commemorative photo there. Just don't let him take. If you do go riding with Odie, don't let him be the cameraman, though. Okay.
Deal.
Okay,
you might find his phone though.
Yeah, well, Rich, I was just chatting with him about that, and I think he's going to go out there and look for it before the snow.
Before it gets, that's awesome.
Yeah, so this is just trailside here in Muskoka there last year. We put the new Chaco Design wrap over the Sidewinder, and it turned out really, really well. So Chaco Design is one of my personal sponsors, and they help us a lot for the Great Northern Expedition as well. So do a lot of work with them. Canadian company. They make great gear. I've nothing but good things to say. I've been warm, dry, love their gear. We do a lot of work with them, and with their social media sites and getting pictures like this. So we wrapped the sled. Took about 10 hours to wrap, and we just did it in the garage one day, and it turned out awesome, and it definitely pops out in the snow. We get a lot of compliments on it as well. So
that is nice.
Yeah, I wrapped a Sidewinder a couple of years ago, and there's like a million little pieces, little triangles. Where the hell does this one go?
Yeah,
it's like,
you stretch it out in the roll before you start, and you're like, oh man, this is gonna take a while. So just kind of figure out where it goes, and where you go. Just keep going.
Yeah, I like the skidoos because there's only a few panels to stick down. So,
right on.
Look at this. Is this new?
Yeah, no. So this is this is one of my Harleys. So this is the bike I did my first endurance ride on. It was a 500 miler with Randy as well. We were just testing the water. Now he's on a Yamaha FJR 1300 and sport tour. So definitely a lot more comfortable, a little more wind protection. I had the ape hangers on my street bob here. And so I was kind of like a sail for about, 500 miles, which I was pretty tired fighting the wind. But this bike, I bought it used and then built it up, put on the white walls, put on the ape hangers,
Nice.
shaved the lights off, did all that kind of stuff too. It was a lot of fun. It was definitely a showstopper. So, lots of compliments when you stop, and it was an awesome bike for around town. Maybe not the best for doing endurance rides, but love that bike. Yeah, I traded that one in for the Ducati Diavolo when I switched to the Duke.
Nice. We got pictures of that too. Love
Right
that
on.
bike. Yeah. This is cool.
So this is the morning of, we're just leaving for the Great Northern Expedition. So this is out on Commando Lake. So all the sleds are starting to line up. The Mother Nature was nice to us and treating us to a nice sunrise there. And so see
nice.
some of the guys were starting to roll in
Beautiful.
to line up. And there's one of the pavilions behind. And
I see that. Looks
at the other
nice.
end of the lake.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Great shot.
So, that was a great
wicked shot.
morning, and I think we have another one somewhere. If you guys don't have it, it'll be on my social media. You can see it's the sun's up a little bit more, but same idea.
Right on.
Yeah.
But, that was the start of our event there, I believe 2 years ago. So
that's cool. Yeah, Big Grizz 700 says that's the picture I took on the morning of the 800-kilometer run.
There you go.
yeah,
That's cool.
there you go. So that would have been 2 years ago. Yeah.
So no word of a lie. We know he did it, right? Or at least he started it.
Yeah.
We know he
he's
got
taking credit
started.
for it, anyways.
That's right.
Yeah.
Why does it say original photo by Kim Hawkins on here? I don't know why that says
Yeah,
that.
definitely could be. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's a blue SRX in there too. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, right there. Yeah.
Right there. Yep. Beauties.
Boom. I've got a video coming up with the blue SRX like that in it, Rich. Stay
Nice.
tuned. Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
Very
So
good.
this is kind of cool. So
With Chaco Design, I wanted to test the float aid technology that they have in their suits. So what I did is I went over to the Canada Summit Center here in Huntsville, and I brought my traditional snowmobile suit, and then I also had their snowmobile suit with float aid technology in it, both the pants and the coat. So we did some tests swimming around in the pool. I've actually got a video that I put together on my YouTube channel there if anyone wants to check it out, of us floating, and then some of the effects of cold water and hypothermia on the body, and your muscle movement when you drop into cold water. But so this one here was the crossover, which is the blue and the yellow suit at the bottom there with floaties. So you can see how much more buoyant I am compared to the standard snowmobile suit. And it's amazing how tough it is to swim in snowmobile gear.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in a nice controlled environment, warm
water,
pool. And it was a struggle, and you got your helmet on and you're breathing hard and you're swimming, and the suit wants to constantly pull you down.
Yeah.
Where the floater suits, it's amazing. So if you guys ride lakes or over bodies of water, definitely get a floater suit. I tested it out myself. It definitely makes a difference if you were in an emergency where you ended up in the water, and it can definitely save your life. But it's
you're
crazy
right.
How much
You're right. You go through the cold. You want to have as much help as possible, right? Because you're on a regular suit. It's good night, Irene, man. It's
Are your boots floater as well, or is it just the suit holding your boots up?
No, so it's the pants and the coat,
Mm-hmm.
and they say that if you have a floater coat, for it to work the best that it can, have both the pants and the coat. I can't speak for other companies, but I know the gear from Chaco Design. It doesn't feel like a floater suit, so it feels just like a regular traditional suit that you'd be wearing. And it's not bulky like you're wearing a life jacket or anything. It's just buoyant. And then on the bottom of the coat and the pants, it's perforated. So when it gets wet, if you get out of the water, it drains.
Oh, nice.
It's not just like pooled in, right? So the water gets away from you. So, but yeah, it's
does it breathe well, Ryan? Because I found my floater stuff, I sweat too much. So that's the problem, man. I'm too much of a fat guy. So I sweat a lot. Seriously, I have my floater stuff, and I can only wear it on cold days. Otherwise, I sweat.
So the Chaco Design stuff has pockets and vents and stuff that you can open while you're riding, and I find I'm just as warm, or I can stay just as cool in the float aid stuff as I am in a standard snowmobile gear. So it's great. And actually, one of my favorite coats is the Quantum with the float aid from Chaco Design. That's it's my red and black coat there, and it's comfortable. It's great. It breathes well. It looks great. Got lots of compliments on it. So yeah, get yourself in some floater gear if you're going to be crossing bodies of water on a regular basis.
That float aid's a nice.
Wait, I'm just taking a call here. Oh, it's the Huntsville Community Pool. And they said, Ryan, they appreciated you using their spot for a video, but next time wait for the children's swim class to be out of the way before.
Yeah. Funny story about that. When I was getting dressed, my Speedo didn't match my suit, and I got a few comments from the exercise class in there too. So
nice.
Pasty white hairy Sam Squanch guy putting on some snowmobile gear, jumping into a pool, right? So,
and Neil asked the same thing about do the floater suits breathe? So it's a common thing right there too. But that's a nice looking suit. That is nice.
It is. That was my question. Like you answered the question though. Is I was curious to know if it feels like a different snowmobile suit, and you said it doesn't. It feels just like a regular snowmobile suit, and you could wear a tech vest under it probably, and it looks like there's plenty of flotation there to hold that up as well. So I love it how the boots are sticking up out of the water. Like that's crazy, right?
The pants just bring you right to the top. And it's until I tried it myself, like, you're skeptical, you see the videos, but then you jump in and try it yourself. And it's nice that I was able to do that and move around. So if I ever did end up in the water one day, I know exactly what to expect. I know what the suit's going to do. I know the difference between not having a floater suit and having a floater suit. And I definitely like it. And I ride a lot of the time in my float aid stuff. And not only do I like the design from Chaco, I like the function and the fit as well. So great suit, nice. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, they make some nice stuff. Oh, there we go. There's that shot.
We got to hide this.
We're just
going to hide that.
We're checking the carbides.
Yeah, exactly. So
here, I'll just move my head right there. Yeah.
Clark asked me if I could check my Bergstroms and see how they're holding up. So this is actually, I almost went AOTK on this photo. And the reason being is I had a buddy sitting there filming, and this is up north, and of course it was on a closed controlled trails, of course. And there's a little roller there, and I was cruising along pretty good, and then just cracked the throttle, and the skis stood up, and I went almost at 12 o'clock, and I came down, and I was going pretty quick. So
you got to love those photos, Ryan, where it makes you look good, right? And you're like, I meant to do that, and it was controlled. That's right. It was perfect.
No, I didn't mean to do that. It just I kind of puckered a little bit when I went a little bit higher than I thought, going a little quicker than I thought. So
those are
I got that photo.
Those are CNA skis, are they?
That's right. Yeah. So I run CNA skis on all my sleds.
And then you've got the Bergstrom triple points, and then you've got their little plastic insert there, the Shim Kit above it,
and the ski savers on the bottom as well. So so I run the 8-inch triple point, and those are CNA razors, and I've got a set of CNA XPTs coming for the new due, which I'm looking forward to. And I know Todd's got a set of custom CNA XPTs coming, and he's looking forward to getting that on his XRS 900 as well. And I like to have a really aggressive, heavy feeling front end. And the reason for being is when you're cruising, and if I need to make a corner quick, I can just shove those bars quick, and I know that the sled's going to react. But when I'm doing slow speeds or I'm doing some riding around home, it's definitely a little bit heavier steering. But yeah, when I'm on the move, I know that I'm in full control, and it's fantastic. So yeah, the combo of the CNAs and the Bergstroms and the ski savers that you put on every time you change your bars, or you can get 7,000-8,000 K out of a set of those triple points.
Yeah.
After 4,000 K, put a new ski saver there underneath, and your $600 set of skis will last and last and last, because the ski saver is made out of the same plastic that the ski is. So it wears on that. And then the Shim Kit, I didn't know what to think about the Shim Kit until I put one on my sled. So a lot of snowmobiles, they kind of ride like tips down, kind of, like this. And then you put that Shim Kit in there, it puts pressure. So now you're riding on the full carbide instead of just the front. So if you look at your carbides, regardless of what you see the wear at the
uneven
front
without them. Yeah.
That's right. You put the Shim Kit in, and what it does is it brings that ski flat. So you're using that whole carbide. Makes it easier for steering, even where your bars last longer. Coming into gas stations when you're on pavement, you can steer easier. You're not just turning the bars, and you have to pick up the ass end and move it out to the side so you can get into the pumps. So that Shim Kit is awesome. So even if you're riding another carbide, throw that Shim Kit in there. It's worth it.
It's amazing.
The rubber stops.
Like you look at how poor the ones from the factory are. Like your carbide, at least on the Polaris anyways, they wear so bad, so uneven if you don't put that Shim Kit in, right? It's the stopper. It's wild.
Yeah,
so,
it makes a huge difference. And Bergstrom, they also make the rubber stoppers there as well. So you can pull out your factory rubber stopper and put in the rubber stopper, and they have the Shim Kit built right into that stop. And the stop is usually a little more firm than the rubber. So after 3,000 K, you don't have to replace your rubber and put in a new Shim Kit. You just keep their rubbers in, and huge difference. It's a fantastic product. They've done some research on that, and they hit it on the head there for sure.
Those triple point carbides are wild. Clark was showing me a set there on the weekend. They had 14,000 kilometers on them.
Oh yeah,
wow.
There was still some meat left. Like they were done, like close to the very end of it. But 14,000 kilometers—that's wild.
Yeah,
they're pretty good, man.
That's 6 or 7 sets of
right.
Some of the other ones.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
I was changing twice a year until I hooked up with Clark and Clay there, and now I get a season and a half out of set of bars. It's great.
Yeah, it's perfect.
I've tried to get 6,000 K out of stock carbides.
Yeah, we see what happens. Gary goes through the ski.
But he's saving money.
He's saving money, right? Yeah. He's got to get new skis.
The frugal doer approved. I'm telling you.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh,
nice shot. Life behind bars.
Shot.
Yeah.
Great
so this was
shot.
up in Cochrane. We're coming back into Cochrane one night up there, and it's just the way the light was coming through the trees there. It was just a cool shot. Had to stop and take a rider's point of view there on the freshly groomed trails and the sun going down.
Those are the days right there. Look at how
those are the ones
nice that is. Yeah, end of the day. What that must have been a weekday or Sunday night. Like it's just gorgeous.
Their trails are amazing up there. They really are.
Yeah. The clubs up there do an amazing job for sure.
Yeah. And look at this. There's our buddy's trade show booth.
Yeah.
You can't go through a snowmobile session without seeing Clark's trade show booth.
That's right.
That's right. And I think he was talking about how it's right next to the washrooms there too. So when the ladies are going into the washrooms, the guys will stop and take a look at the products. So
smart
Clark
setup.
and Clay were nice enough to give me a little bit of space at their booth there a couple years ago at the Toronto show, and we promoted the event and had some of our flyers set up there as well. And they could register for the event.
You even have a swear jar on the table there.
Yeah, that must have been right at the start of the show because it looks pretty empty.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But so we were doing a raffle for a couple tickets too, as well, so people could put in their name, and we drew for a couple of free tickets into the event, and so people can come up and enjoy. And and just get our name out there. And then, yeah, with the boys in their booths. So that was a fun weekend at the show there, and lots of laughs were had for sure.
Right on.
Wicked.
Yeah. Cool.
There it is.
So
There's the Duke.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's the Diablo. And so that was
Nice.
the bike that I did my first iron butt ride on. And I did that. This is a moto camping. I did a series of articles for Ontario Parks and for What a Ride. So I've got my little Hennessy hammock there in the back. You can kind of see it.
Right on.
On the bike. So, and then my sleeping bag would be rolled up on top of my little tail bag there. Everything would shove inside. And, you know, the Ontario Park staff was great there too. Because I came in on a bike, they knew I was coming, and they delivered, you know, campfire wood right to my site because I was on the bike and couldn't carry it. And
Nice.
made sure I had everything I need there. So yeah, I set up, and it always seems to rain when you're on the bike camping. So yeah, I got a little soaked coming up to. I can't remember what park this is. I think this is Grundy Provincial Park.
Oh, what a beautiful! I love that park, man. Beautiful park.
Yeah,
one of my favorites. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, we went up the Highway 17 there up to Lake Superior and did their provincial parks as well up there. And those parks are absolutely gorgeous. And the riding up 17, once you get north of Sault Ste. Marie there, all the way up to up into Wawa and beyond is just amazing. You're riding along that coastline the whole way there. So it was quite the adventure. And, you know, you learn to pack real light, just like you would on a snowmobile trip for sure. If you're saddlebagging for 4 or 5 days, you know. And yeah, amazing time, a lot of fun. I did that solo, so yeah.
Oh, that's wicked.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Moto camping's awesome, man. On a bike. I'm looking forward to doing that on the adventure bike next year.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you've got the right bike for that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, Gary. I'm going to be doing that for sure this year. So
yeah, you're on the Tenere this year, right? And then you pick up a new one for next year.
Yeah, no, I'm really enjoying it, man. I'm really, it's awesome. But I wanted to get out camping this year, but everything was on back order, the Moscow Moto bags and everything. So just make sure I get everything. Yeah.
Here's another picture coming into Cochrane there. Can't remember what trip this is on, but I was with a buddy there. So we had 2 turbo sleds there. And it was a lot of fun, just the 2 of us up there ripping. And he likes to ride high mileage there too. And this was late in the year. I believe this was first week of April. So we pretty much, this would have been 4 or 5 years ago, I believe. And so the sun with the time change stayed up to almost 9 o'clock at night up there, and so you can ride a full day. It's warm, you know. We were packing on, you know. I think our shortest day was 500 and change K. So we were up there for 4 days, and I think we packed on 2,500 K or something crazy like that.
That's nice, eh?
Yeah.
Those are the same sleds too, right? Only one's a cat. Like the cat looks bigger. Is it just the color?
Yeah. So I believe it's I can't remember. It might be an XF or something. That's got the twin Suzuki motor in it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. My buddy Brett there, he's got that thing tuned up so he can jam that up to 270 horse if he wants.
Really?
It's quite a handful. So,
crazy.
Yeah. Fun sled, but yeah.
Yeah. There
nice
it is.
shot.
Front.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So this was two buddies. We left Sudbury and we rode to Elliott Lake and stayed with our friends there at Dunlop Lake Lodge. And then from Dunlop we rode up through Halfway Haven and up to Wawa. The next day we rode north all the way up Druberville, up awesome, that way. And that side up through Wawa and all down through there, those trails are absolutely amazing. They're like Northern Ontario trails. Very fast, wide, and they are not busy at all. And this was late in the season too. I believe this was end of March, middle to end of March. And
look at the conditions.
So
great, man.
Yeah. So there's about 700 horsepower in that picture there.
That's
sure.
it, eh?
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that was a fun ride.
It's funny when you go up to Cochrane and Quebec, and I was told the same with the East Coast. That's all you see is 4-stroke sleds, and it's true. Like, when Colt and I were with you guys out last year, him and I were the only ones on 2-strokes. The rest of the group, everybody was on 4-strokes. So and you don't have to worry about oil. Like when you're doing those large, long days, you don't want to have to be worrying about doing oil. I don't know. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
But, so
you're always going to have the 2-stroke, 4-stroke, you know, guys, right? So I love a 4-stroke. I love the power to weight ratio and the turbos for sure. I also you know, I don't carry oil. So if I am saddlebagging, I have that extra room in my sled.
Yeah.
I ride a ton of miles every year. So it's, you know, I don't have to worry about maybe doing a top end halfway through the season and being without my sled for a while. There's pros and cons to it. And, you know, guys say, oh, it's the weight. But,
you don't notice
you know,
it up on those trails.
Once you're moving, you don't notice it. And it's the equivalent to about a tank of gas, right? For the weight.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm used to it.
Potatoes.
I like it. And the reliability is fantastic. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Have you ever ridden the UP or anything in Wisconsin or stateside?
I have not been stateside on the sled, only on the bike, but I'd love to get down there, you know, ride Tug Hill. I heard they got some amazing trails down through there as well. And get out towards even like Maine out that way too. It's a gorgeous countryside for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a lot of places to visit, Gary. We got to get Gary down to Tug Hill.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So here's Halfway Haven. This is for those of you that Sean Frawley there, who's got my buddy up on his shoulders, Big Sean.
Is that Ryan on top of your?
Yeah, that's Ryan Dane.
Yeah, Ryan Dane. Yeah, I was just texting with him.
Daner?
Oh, we're just texting.
That's funny.
Yeah, there's Daner, and so we went up. We were Halfway Haven. So this was actually coming back down when we had the 3 sleds there. The kitty cat there didn't make it, so buddy ended up. You know, if you guys ever get stuck, here's a great piece of advice for you that don't know. We were so far away from our truck and trailer. So we rented a U-Haul for my buddy, threw it in the back. He can take it one way to where the truck and trailer is, unload, and you're good to go, as opposed to taking a bus, you know, 10 hours back to the truck and trailer.
Yeah.
Having to come back up, pick up your sled, go back down. So, yeah, Sean's a retired firefighter from the U.S. as well. And, we having a little fun. He cooked us a great meal. We topped up the sleds, and then he told Dana there to jump up on her shoulders. So, yeah, we had to take a picture of that. And
3 firefighters.
And,
that's awesome.
I believe it's new owners there at Halfway Haven, too, and they're going to be open this year. So,
yes,
it's great. We definitely want to make it up that west side again. It's the trails are amazing, and without Halfway Haven there, you wouldn't be able to connect all the way up there. So
there would be a lot of trails. What'd they say about 1,000 kilometers worth of trails? Like they wouldn't be able to groom, right? So I'm glad that that they were able to rectify that. That's awesome.
Yeah. So Sean's a great guy, and we had lots of laughs when we were there for sure. So
right on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love this next shot here.
Oh,
just
nice.
Can't even see it.
Yeah, so this is another high school buddy, John. Him and I went up and did the Gold Rush tour. I was doing an article there for American Snowmobiler. And so we stopped in and saw Sean there, and we launched out a new Liskard. And we rode it in 2 days. And overnight in New Liskard, they got about 10 to 15 centimeters of snow. And as you know, as you're leaving New Liskard, it's a lot of farm fields and stuff like that. So there's some massive drifts. And so I got my buddy John to, blast through one of those big drifts. And Babs was squeezing the throttle on his sled there too. And it was a
great photo. That's an awesome photo, man.
Yeah. So it was a lot of fun. And we were pounding through and burning a lot of fuel going through those drifts for sure.
Jumpman, New Liskard, my town boys.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I knew that would light him up. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. So we were talking about wildlife on the trail. So this is from Greenwater Lodge in Cochrane going up to the Fire Tower Lookout. We had a big bull come out on the trail there, and I was riding second in line. That's my buddy Mike ahead of me there, and stopped and got that photo. So that's a pretty good shot. So like you guys were mentioning, the wildlife that jumps out on the trail or could have the potential of jumping out on the trail. That's a couple of years ago we had a huge bull moose, or was it a cow? Anyways, it was a huge moose up just around Huntsville, and it was tromping through the bush. Man, it was like, whoa. Wasn't expecting that, but they're huge, man. Okay, they're no.
The one you hit on you hit on your bike, was it that big or bigger?
No, it was a cow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a cow, and she was turning around to run away from us when it saw the lights. So I actually hit her right up the rear end, and so that's what happened there. So. yeah, it was big. And yeah, we've had a few come out on the trail. That's one we've been sledding to. Out Hearst Way, there's a ton out that way as well. So
Yeah.
yeah, be careful when you're out there riding.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I know that one section from Mattawa. If you're going back towards the Mica mine, that one section's like Deer City, man.
Yeah. And when there's one, there's more, especially with deer, right?
Yeah.
Especially at night when you're riding.
Yeah.
If you see one whip across the trail, slow down, because where there's one, there's more. Yeah.
We were leaving we were leaving the Valois restaurant, and the one old guy sitting in there says to my son Drew, "Watch out for the deer, son." And Drew's like, "Huh?" And like just kind of looked at him. He goes, "There's that trail." He asked Drew where he was going. Drew told him. He goes, "Watch out for all the deer, son." And Drew goes, "Okay, thank you." And then he goes, "You'll know what I mean when you get out there." And holy cow, was there deer?
Tons of them. Yeah.
Yeah. And they'll stand right on the trail too, because they can move easily on the trail, right?
That's
They're,
right.
Yeah.
At least with the deer, their eyes will glow. Yeah,
That's
you'll see their eyes on the headlights, where at the moose, not so much. So
No, they're like horses. Eh? Their eyes on the side of the head, and they're too tall.
Yeah.
But you see
What's the return policy? What's that?
Pull up sometimes now. Well, you make my one up.
Right on. So here's my little guy Oliver. So
right
on the right hand side of the pick on the American Snowmobiler. He'll be 3 in January, but he wasn't even 24 hours old there yet, and he's I think he's reading the American Snowmobiler. So
that was a good rag too. I'm excited to see that go, Ryan. It was
they're Snow West now. So Snow West.
I got that.
Oh yeah.
So I believe they're still in publication, and then so Snow's still on the ground in the Royal Distributing picture there too. So he might have been 2 months old there. So I had to take.
What's the return policy on that on a baby like that? Is it 7 days or?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. No refunds.
Get a 120 for him. Get him going.
Yeah. Oh, I've got the kitty cat. I got the kitty cat in the garage already, and it was kind of funny because it was right around this time of year I bought the kitty cat. He was only about 2 months old, and the wife was giving me the gear. He can't even crawl yet, and got him a snowmobile in the garage. I'm like, yeah, but he's gonna need it one day. I was hoping to get him on it last year, but he was still a little bit small for it. But this year he'll be 3. So
right on.
I'm crashing into the side of the house in no time.
Oh yeah, next winter he'll be doing her.
You got to buy the kitty cats when you see them, because you'll never see them when you need them, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
exactly. And I was lucky enough there. My buddy Mike, who was the guy that sit with the moose in front of his sled there, he's got 2 boys, and they outgrew the kitty cat, and I was in the right place at the right time, I guess. And he sold it to me, and
nice.
And so my boy will enjoy it, and then I can hand it down to my nieces or nephews or other friends that have young kids at the time, and we'll keep her going and keep the sport going. So for sure.
Yep. Right. Corey says his son's been riding his kitty cat since he was 22 months old.
Right on, Corey.
Crazy. That's awesome.
Yeah. No, they're amazing, man.
And he was faster than his dad.
Yeah. So this is finishing my iron butt there on the Ducati. Giving my girl a little kiss there, saying thanks for being a good girl.
Nice.
And I slept pretty good that night. I think we did 1,903 kilometers when we finished in 19 hours. So it was a good ride. Not 1,900. Sorry, I think it's 1,700 and something. Anyways, it was a lot of ride. But she that big old V twin for over 1,000 miles.
Nice.
Is it fairly comfortable, or is it not meant for that?
Yeah, so I modified my bike a little bit there so I had an Airhawk seat on it for a little bit more comfort. I had a throttle lock on it, so I could take my right hand off the throttle and stretch it out. Put a little tiny windshield on there, and just did a few minor modifications. Put some grip puppies on it, so I had some big foam grips on it, just so your hands aren't squeezing the bars the entire time, and it makes a huge difference for a long day in the saddle.
Your wife there, he wasn't even born yet and you bought it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
but that sled's now worth like $9,000 today.
Yes, exactly. So there you go, Kim. Ryan did a sound financial assessment.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
But
maybe I can ride it. Maybe I can ride it in the Great Northern Expedition.
Hey, there you go.
Well,
there you go. Yeah. So it is studded. It's got to be one of the only
studded kitty cats around, I'm sure. So
Corey said the track is like that big on it. Like he said, they're small.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you pick them up, throw them in the back of your pickup truck, right?
Oh, yeah.
What do I have?
It's
Like
great.
four studs?
And you just push pins right through the track, right?
That's right.
But, yeah, it is studded, so yeah, it'll be great. And it's got the ripcord at the back, so if he starts going towards someone he shouldn't be, and got the big long rope attached to it, I can just pull the ripcord and kill it. But
Right on.
yeah, probably doing lots of running after that sled this winter, which would probably be good for me anyways. But yeah.
Oh, wait, I'm getting a call from Clark from Triple Point Carbides. He says you want to cut this at 150 because he doesn't want you to go past 2 hours.
Yeah,
I think he's going to beat your time there, Clark.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Good times, man. A lot of good photos.
We're just having some laughs, and yeah, it was
Oh, it's
good.
great, man.
I jumped in on Clark's episode there last week, and it was good. It's lots of information, lots of laughs, and good bunch of guys for sure.
No, it's great.
He's
Man.
got to save it. He's got another 2 hours to do with us down the road. So
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, you know it'll be nice too if when things start opening up again, we can start doing events too, right, and shows and that. So
Yeah.
it'll be great, Gary. Hey?
yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. This is nice and straight and wide.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, nice tabletop trails. I do a lot of riding in Northern Ontario. This is going down towards Iroquois Falls, I believe, out of Cochrane.
Nice.
Yeah.
I want to say. And but this is what the trails are like up there. So, you know, those guys that are coming up for the Great Northern Expedition, these are the kind of trails you're going to be riding, right? So it's they're fantastic, and they don't get all whooped out in the corners. And the traffic's not as bad. Like it's great. Everyone spreads out. You don't feel like you're congested on the trails. The trails are amazing.
Yeah, they are.
And that's when the 4-stroke, you can't hold a 2-stroke to the bar for that long.
Oh,
I guess you can, but you shouldn't.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, it was tough keeping up to Rich there last year on the sled. So good thing I had the extra horsepower. But he slowed down for me and let me catch up eventually.
Yeah.
Right on.
Good time last year. That was good rides. More moose. Look at that.
Another moose on the trail. So yeah. So this is my buddy Brett, who's got the green cat there. And like I said, this is the only reason that your buddy's allowed to send you a selfie. And it's got the moose on the trail there, right? So yeah. So I believe that is down. I think he was out riding somewhere between Bracebridge and Gravenhurst, or out Bala or somewhere out that way, and came around the corner, and Bullwinkle was standing there. So yeah, he had to send me that picture. So yeah, it was kind of cool.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Brad Hitchcock goes, those trails look terrible.
Yeah.
That's what it's like, buddy. You got to get up here this winter, man.
Yeah, that's what I was saying to Greg too, right? Yeah. Well, he's been up here before. A lot of the guys.
Yeah, Greg's ridden. Yeah, Greg's rode a lot up here, I think. So yeah, and Slowbee's been up, and
Fanny's.
Slowbee likes. Yeah. So hey, I got my fanny decals today, buddy.
Oh yeah, boy.
We're sponsored fanny riders now. Are you? I bet you don't have Fanny sponsoring you, do you, Ryan? Nope. I knew it.
Nope. No. Not yet, but yeah, you can hook a brother up. Yeah, let me know.
Yeah, I can. You look the wrong way, and there'll be a fanny sticker on your sled this winter. That's pretty.
Right on. Yeah.
No, I like that, and that's funny. It's near. You said this is more south of Huntsville that you seen this moose and seen deer, but I haven't seen the moose yet.
Yeah, I could be wrong. I've encountered moose on the ATV out Bob Cajun way, Fenland Falls way, when I lived out Kawartha Lakes when I was on the ATVs and stuff, and so they're around. Definitely more predominant in Northern Ontario, but yeah, they're definitely around.
Yeah. I seen one when I was mountain biking in Algonquin Park, but I when I do finally see one, I'm probably going to be going too fast to do anything about it anyway.
Yeah, well, that's
on a mountain bike or on a sled?
Tech Fest, man.
On a sled. Nice. Yeah. There we go.
Right on. So we were out on the quads. So before our little guy came around, the wife and I both had some ATVs. We had them snorkeled and rad relocated, and we do day trips and pack a lunch in the back there and stop on some trails. And she'd get just as deep as I would up to the handlebars. She was a trooper, and we'd jump out and hook up the winches and drag the bikes out. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. Hopefully one day we'll we'll get another couple bikes for up here. I'd like to get a side by side and, you know, take the little man and the wife out for the day, and that'd be good. And yeah, Kim used to ride with me. We used to snowmobile a lot together too in the winter. So
That's awesome.
yeah, it's nice to blast off or even take off, go stay somewhere overnight, and then ride the sleds back home the next day, sort of deal. So we had a lot of fun doing it, and a little tougher with a toddler in the house now, unless you know, grandma and grandpa can look after him for the day. But yeah, we'll definitely do it. And as we grow up and he gets older, he'll join us doing it. So it's you know, you don't change your lifestyle for your kid. You bring that kid to your lifestyle. So that's exactly what we're going to do. So should be fun.
Sweet.
Oh man, the comments in here are hilarious. Triple points. I heard it. It's a library. And then Corey Brock, I heard it's an all-you-can-eat buffet. Jeez. Oh man, these guys killing me. That's wicked. That's nice to get out. Like, you know what, the family. It's awesome, Ryan. If you can get the family involved in recreation sports, like, you know, getting out and riding four-wheelers, sleds, bikes. It's awesome, man.
Yeah, for
awesome.
Sure. And I said I wouldn't take my little guy on the back of a motorcycle necessarily until he gets a little bit older. But
for sure.
you know,
But
you get some of the big side by sides,
like one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, come on, son, we're jumping on a Hayabusa and going for a rip. Got to do it when mom's at work so she doesn't know. Yeah, you know what I mean. But
show it.
But
get the GoPro going for that one. That's awesome.
Yeah, you get the side by sides, and then
I said to Rich the other day, he thought I was joking. Rich did, and I went, I'm not joking at all.
Fanny's decals.
Yeah, he's got the whole set in the kitchen, eh? Yeah.
Oh yeah,
that's right. I'm putting one on the back of my wife's car in the morning.
She'll appreciate that.
Kim's putting the old emoji up. Hit me up there, Greg. I do custom O2 wraps, and I'll do one up for some time as now. That's no problem at all. Put that big dog on there.
Yeah, some of the side by sides, the full size ones, you can get the little jump seats that fit in between the two seats. So we got the little man up in between us, and go out as a family for the day. And I know here in Muskoka, a lot of the roads allow side by sides and ATVs as long as you're green plated and insured to go on the road. So driving to town, get fuel, and drive right to the trails. Right, you don't have to trailer, and so.
Yeah, the only thing is they gated a lot of the sled trails this year for ATVs, so we're limited on where we could go. But it's years ago it used to be endless up there, and then this year it's like, oh crap, you know. Yeah. But I think the Algonquin West ATV Club on a side by side would be unreal. Yeah, it would be the way to do it, right? So
it'd be pretty awesome. Or even do some overland camping, you know, throw some stuff in the back and just like moto camping, right? Take it out and find a nice piece of crown land, throw your tent up, throw the fishing rod in the back, and what a line.
The Michigan Outlaws say it's a lot like snowmobiling, the side by side world, right? Yeah. So it's I think I'd like to try it, man. Like, because I don't find ATVs near the fun of snowmobiling, and they say side by sides bring that back, right?
Yeah.
So
my T7.
So here's a picture of
my.
my.
Not the same.
Yeah. At least it's warmer. There's bugs, but it's warmer.
Yeah.
And totally different, right? You're not covering the mileage you are like you are on a sled. So
no,
totally different, but equally as fun for sure. But
that's a nice
Dan, last year, Ryan Dan, he has his GS and he's up in Quebec City on his adventure bike. We were supposed to meet up and try to go do up the Abitibi Canyon because I wanted to ride that because you can do that on your adventure bike, right?
Neat.
Yeah.
So,
he did that this summer, I believe. I believe Dan did that this summer on his bike, and he's been all over the place on his adventure bike. And that guy, that guy's insane. He's
we're gonna
the amount of miles he puts on two wheels and on the sled every year is just absolutely insane.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, a little bit jealous, but here's a picture of my dad and I were out riding. And we stayed at Deerhurst, and the two of us just had a father-son bonding weekend. And who knows, maybe we'll get the three generations out on the trails in the near future. But we went over to Baysville and rode around, and we got caught in that Baysville Bermuda Triangle, and we ended up putting on about 120 to 140 extra kilometers that way because I kept seeing the same sign going by, and got a little lost.
Been there, done that.
My dad's a great sport. He never complained once. He was just happy to be out with me, and I was the
That's
same.
awesome.
And you can never get lost on a sled, right? You just
Nope.
takes you longer to get to where you're going. So
Yeah.
we have had a couple good trips and a couple good day trips, and my dad keeps asking me, why do you keep zip ties in your sled? And, sometimes those zip ties might get you out of the bush or be able to put your plastics back on if you have a little off-trail experience. So,
Yep.
Absolutely.
they've come in handy when I've been riding with my dad for sure. But it's always a good laugh, and I got to show him firsthand why we carry zip ties in our saddlebags. So.
That's awesome. Right on.
Yeah. So family time's always great, and
Absolutely.
Yeah, I enjoy everything I do with my parents and with my boy and everyone in my family. And it's I hope that my little guy grows up and does the same thing. And it's you remember those memories as you grow up, and it's something you'll never forget. And
For sure.
and if you can bring it all together with power sports, even better. So
Yep. Absolutely.
Yep.
Totally agree. Yeah, it's good fun.
Right on.
Nice.
There he
There's
is
my
again.
dad there in front of one of the ice caves there.
Ice caves.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
That looks
Yeah,
like it's
so-
out by Port Sydney by the Highway 11.
Yeah, 141 too, coming around before you get into Utterson. Or no, it's past Utterson. Has huge ice like that.
Yeah.
It's
I
really
guess there's a
cool. It's
lot of
really
it
well.
up there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it was great. We saw the ice caves there. We had to stop and take a quick photo. So, yeah, another one to add to the memory bank for sure.
Oh, yeah, for sure. There we go. Look at this
All right.
beast. Now, you raced actually
Yeah.
professionally?
I didn't race professionally, but we did track days. So
Shannonville.
yeah,
Nice.
yeah. This was at Mossport, I believe.
Oh, okay.
So this is my first year there riding. As you can see, my knee pucks were pretty clean there, especially on the left side. And then we went and did a fast racing school. There's 4 of us, and we bought dedicated track bikes. And every couple of weeks we'd be on the track. And by the end of the year, we finally got myself and a couple of the other guys were a little quicker than I was, but we finally got into the hot shoe group by the end of the year, and we were running in the pro group. And we did all the tracks from Calabogie, Toronto Motorsports Park,
Nice.
Mossport. So it was pretty good. It's a lot of fun, and you can go out and go as fast as you want on the track and not have to worry about losing your license or anything like that. So
Wicked.
also carry zip ties when you're racing on the track. Because,
There'd be less moose on those tracks as well.
that's right. There's no Volvos or potholes either. So and people texting on their phones. So
Right on.
Yeah.
Man.
yeah,
That's
but
wicked.
riding track. I did that for a handful of years, and it was a lot of fun. And that's a Gixxer 600, and that's an 05, and then I bought a 05 750 Gixxer and raced that for a while, and a lot of fun, and it definitely boosts your riding skills for sure. That carries over onto the road, and
Track.
like I said, you can twist that throttle as much as you want. So
That's awesome.
yeah. If you haven't been on the track, tape up your lights and your mirrors and get out there and just do a day. And they have beginner, intermediate, and advanced groups, and wear your safety gear and you go out, and it's a lot of fun. You'll be hooked. You'll definitely might not even want to ride on the road anymore. You might want to just ride track. So
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Wicked.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's the Busa when
Hayabusa.
she was in one
There
piece.
She is. Yeah. Beautiful
Yeah.
bike.
Yeah, so that was over Halliburton way there. Stopped right in the park, and just took a few photos. The lake was glass calm, and there's nowhere in the park. So so you can see a little bit higher windshield there. Had some Healy bars on there as well to pull the bars up and back. I lowered my foot peg so I was in a more neutral riding position, and
Great bike.
and never got to finish the iron butt that I built that bike for. Almost made it.
Yeah.
But rest in peace, girl. She was a great bike.
Yeah. I love my ZX11.
Midlife crisis bike.
Yeah, my ZX11 was a great bike too. It was a great sport touring bike. Loved that bike. It was a great bike.
Yeah, they're awesome bikes.
Yeah.
And, passing gears is not a problem on these things. That's for sure.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
Wicked, man.
That's wicked. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
There we are.
Yeah.
Another nice
So that's
shot.
coming back from Hearst. Myself and Ryan Dame there again.
Mhm.
So we left Cochrane that morning. That was a 2-day. We ran out to Hearst, stayed overnight there, and then came back the next day. But it was so cold when we left. I brought my full face helmet. I usually ride in an MX style helmet, and I brought my full face, and I had basically about the size of a quarter left in the middle of my windshield because I don't have a heated visor on it. By the time I got to Smooth Rock Falls, and we were so cold that morning, we stopped at Smooth Rock Falls, and we figured it out on the wind chill chart. We were up around the -60 with the wind chill. So it was just a bitterly cold day. But coming back from Hearst the next day, the temperature was a little warmer. And you can see we were first ones on those tabletop trails coming back. And riding out to Hearst is a great run across that A trail for sure.
Nice. That is a sweet looking photo.
Yeah. A couple sidewinders there.
Nice. Gary's
I just
typing
had to
away there.
Pretty active tonight. Pretty active tonight.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So, yeah, I love that.
Yeah. Oh, there's another picture of the Busa.
Aftermath.
Yeah, man, that's hard to see, eh? Good thing you're all right, though, man. Like you said, you can replace metal and plastics, man. You can't replace yourself. So,
yeah,
awesome,
absolutely. Like I said, I'm very, very lucky to get through that. And, you got the young guy at home too, right? And you're thinking,
totally.
Good thing I wasn't doing excessive speed, or good thing, you always think. And as I'm getting older now, I've got people to come home to, and people that need me in their lives as well. So I can't be, as crazy as I used to be. We still have a lot of fun, but it doesn't mean we can't get some horsepower under our butts. That's for sure.
Yeah, for sure, man. No, that's awesome. Great photos, bud. Man, that was a good.
Oh yeah. Well, we're not done yet.
Nice.
Look at
he sent a lot of great photos, man.
Well, I mean, he's
I have to be
Clark too.
Have to be
done
Clark's
it.
time. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you've done it.
Yeah. This is going down towards Timmins. Just squeezing the throttle on that turbo sled. Just
that's wicked.
Yeah, you get that for beating Clark's time, right?
There we go. Right on. So that's just another morning coming down and doing a flyby, and like I said, those turbo sleds definitely.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. This shot here, the SRX looks like it's a lot taller than yours, or is it just the way it's sitting there? Like, is it different suspension, or?
So that's an RTX SE, I believe. He's on a new sled now, Sidewinder, but they're both winders. Mine's a 17, and I think his might have been a 17 or 18 as well. But it looks like a little.
So is it more of a mountain sled or off trail sled, like a more of a?
So
137.
It's got the
right?
129 track on it.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay.
I believe his has the 129. Mine's the 137.
Yeah, he just texted me. He goes, "That's my old blue and white winder." Yeah.
Would you ever get any traction on that thing with a 129? Holy cow!
Yeah. Once you get moving, though, pushing that thing through the trails, that 129 is a great trail sled. It, it doesn't push you in the corners, and they are definitely a little faster top end by a mile or two, I believe, once you stretch them out.
Yeah, I love the 129 in trails. It's wicked.
Yeah, I'd consider going back to a 129. Yeah, because I'm a trail rider. I don't ride off trail, but the 137 definitely bridges the bumps a little bit nicer. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'd like to try a 1.5 on my 129 and see how that worked. Because I think that in deeper snow, that would be the ticket, man. Like, it wasn't too bad, actually. There's videos I have up on my channel of me drift bashing with it and in deep snow. And that thing just keeps going, right? So
yeah, it could make the difference of sinking, or maybe just getting that little bit extra float to get you off that side of the trail. So yeah, digging out a 4-stroke, that's where the 2-strokes definitely shine too. When every sled's heavy when you got to dig it out.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, the 4-strokes, they seem twice as heavy when they're down in the deep. Yeah, for sure.
There we go, another shot.
Yeah, checking the carbides.
Yeah,
That is almost 12 o'clock there.
yeah.
What do you prefer for
Pucker
helmets?
factor.
Like you ride a lot up north. What's your go-to for helmet?
So I'm currently in the M99 carbon helmet, and I wear like a frost blocker balaclava underneath, keeps the wind out, and then my Oakley goggles, and they are a little noisier. So I ride with earplugs for sure, because after the end of the day, your ears would just be ringing if you didn't. But I like the field of view better with the MX style helmet, and carbon fiber. My motorcycle helmets and my sled helmets are all carbon fiber, and it makes a huge difference by the end of the day of just bouncing around in your traps, your neck, your shoulders, and just that weight bouncing on your head, right? Where the lighter you can get it, the better. So yeah, I definitely recommend it. But buy a good helmet. Like I said, your gear could save your life. Don't skimp on the safety gear. Buy a good helmet. Buy something that fits. Don't just grab something because my buddy gave it to me, sort of deal. Go get fitted. It makes a difference. And after one impact, one good impact, they say the helmets are no good. So
chuck them, get a new one.
Yeah, so it gives you an excuse to go spend some money anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but yeah, carbon helmet, MX style helmet for me. That's my preferred. If it's super cold, I'll put on the full face, but I find I'm plenty warm in that MX helmet, but it is loud. So earplugs are a must for sure.
Since you wore your full face in this chlorine pool, though, it's tough to get back on your head, right?
Yeah, that's right. And it's with the breath box and everything else too. When I was swimming, it's amazing how much it restricts your breathing when you're trying to work hard and stay above the water in your gear. Like it's a good workout for sure.
You got to try an oxygen if you want a full face helmet that's good in the cold, man. And nothing near your nose or mouth. There's nothing at all. I don't even wear a balaclava under it. It's just an amazing helmet.
Oh, really? So, nice.
Can't say enough about it. So.
Yeah, everyone's got their preference for sure. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
there's my
little man.
On.
We got him outfitted, dressed up like daddy there. So
right on.
Yeah, Oliver. Like I said, he'll be three in January there. So that's my my Chaco Pro Racing jacket, and then we got him the Kitty's Gravity 2-piece suit there. So yeah, we definitely won't lose him when he's out in the snow. So it's fluorescent high vis yellow is definitely good to have. When he wears that suit when we're out playing toboggan, and even we went down for the little Christmas festivities there down in town. Did him up because we know he's going to be nice and warm in that suit. But and we got a new one coming from him from Chaco, next size up this year. So
nice.
Yeah, looking forward to getting that. And,
they grow out so fast, right? Like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Boots, clothes, everything. And,
new every year.
This kid is the opposite of me. He's tall and skinny, and his dad's the opposite. So I don't know where he gets his height from.
The milkman's tall and skinny though up there.
That's right. Well, he is a good-looking boy. So yeah, there we go. But yeah, it's definitely from the wife's side of the family. There, she's got some aunts and uncles that are up there. So yeah, but yeah, I have a lot of fun with the little man there, and I can't wait to get him on that kitty cat there this winter for sure. He's gonna love it.
So
no fear.
He'll ride in front of you on the winder now, will he?
I didn't have him on it last year because he just turned 2. So I'll get him up there this year for sure, and sit in between. He can hang on to the handlebars. But we'll take them out to the soccer field too. I'll pack down a track, and as you guys know, with those kitty cats, if they get off into the little bit of deep snow, they kind of get stuck anyways. So not worried about them.
They're awesome.
Running off, and
my son used to follow us around on his Minis A120. It was great, man. In the field, hours, and on the lake, great, man. Get him hooked.
Yeah, I'd definitely rather have him out and filling it up with gas and sitting in front of the TV. So I love being outdoors, and we're a very outdoorsy family. So Yeah, if we can keep them outdoors, that'll be fantastic.
Great.
So, yeah,
Greg from Sometimes Now says he can tell the little man's going to grow up riding a Ninja ZX-10R. That's what the milkman rides. LOL.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah,
Another great shot.
So,
what trail's this, right?
Yeah. This is also coming out of Cochrane down towards Iroquois Falls, I believe. It was just a nice sunny day. I was out doing a little bit of media stuff and some pictures, and just came down this trail, and there's no one on the trails. It was midweek, so I was able to stop and take a nice little, sponsor shot there of the sled, and on a perfect, bluebird day on some nice tabletop trails. So
yeah, that's sweet, man.
Yeah.
That wrap is sick. I do like that as a wicked wrap. Are you keeping Are you keeping the Yami, Ryan? Or are you going to get rid of it? Yeah.
So I'm hanging on to it until I take delivery of my 900R.
Smart move.
Reasoning being is, just the way things are. We don't know when
smart move.
Things are coming in. But I talked to the dealer today. They say it's delivering tomorrow. So hopefully by the end of the month, fingers crossed. And then I just gotta get the new skis on her, stutter, and then we'll do another wrap on the new sled eventually. At least we'll start with the tunnel and kind of go from there. But the Yamaha has been a fantastic sled. Like I say, we pound on a ton of miles, and it's been very reliable. It's been a great sled, and the turbo guys, I'm sure they feel the same with their sleds too. So I'll be sad to see her go, but once I get the new one, then it'll be up for sale for sure. So it's got a lot of nice add-ons and
great sled.
Fantastic.
Who did you get to do the wrap, Ryan?
So the wrap was from a company out in Quebec. What's the name of them there? Brain fart here, but
Corey was
they designed the E-Sticky. Sorry, it's an E-Sticky.
Oh yeah, E-Sticky graphics. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So I talked to them, and they put on the logos and my business logo and all that, like basically no charge, and sent it out on the big roll. And then I got together in the garage with one of the Chaco guys there, and we put the wrap on. Took about 10 hours, and that was the final result. And it just came out absolutely fantastic. So it's not tough to put a wrap on; it's just time consuming. So for those of you that have done it, it's E-Sticky, another Canadian company. Great stuff. Very heavy duty vinyl.
Yeah, it's thicker
they do a
stuff,
lot of dirt bikes and stuff. So
right on. Nice.
I might have to get Gary to do maybe a helmet wrap or something for me this year. I heard you're
there you go,
doing the helmet wraps too. We'll get something done up there.
Here, hang on, let me go grab one here, and we'll kill some more time and really blow Clark out of the water.
Right on.
How long did it take you to wrap? It does take you a while, because it is an art, man. I don't care what anyone says. Like, I mean, the nice thing about that thick material is it lets the average guy like you or I be able to wrap it with no problem. You get some bubbles, but it's not too bad because it's so thick, and that material is pretty forgiving, so it's pretty cool. But
and a heat gun, a little bit of a heat gun. You can stretch it out a little bit, move around the corners, and it took me about 10 hours. So I wrapped a do, like my old do there, that picture I was in with my dad there. That took me about 6 hours. So I'm like, it'll be about 6 hours, and then almost double that time. So
this is for Greg. So sometime is now. There's my moose. That's probably the one that is angry with you up there.
Yeah.
That's
wild. That's awesome.
See, and Greg, the U-Clear fits on there right with the oxygen helmet. So that's my helmet. Do you like Van Halen, Ryan? Do you like Van Halen?
I don't dislike them, but I listen to a different style of music. My
sons,
I definitely appreciate their talent for sure.
Yeah. So I did this Van Halen. So it's got all the albums in the Ski-Doo letters.
Nice.
Right? So all the album covers are in there. And then we did the Rock in Peace for a tribute to Eddie Van Halen on it. Nice. So that's his wrap. So,
and you do all the designs yourself as well, Gary? You design it all?
Yeah, I was telling Greg, there's a button on my keyboard. I just push. It says custom, and it prints the design.
Yeah. Nice. So, easy peasy. Almost like anyone could do it.
So, and like I've got a Mach Z one here, and these are rolls that I've got to wrap yet. So But any colors, like there's one in the Manta green. Oh, you can't really see it because it's a green screen.
Green screen.
But I take the time to color match. I've got all the Pantone codes for the Skidoo colors, so and I pride myself in getting them very accurate. So it's you see a lot of guys running the wrong reds and running the wrong greens, and
there's so many colors.
Anyway, enough about me. Yeah. So no, if you ever need a hand with design, let me know. And
absolutely. We'll definitely hit you up after the show for sure.
You are going to love my my hood wrap. So as soon as it's done, I'll release it, Brian. It's right up your alley. When you see me coming down the trail, you'll probably start having convulsions.
And wraps add 10 horsepower too, I've heard. So
yeah, that's right. The knuckles always add more horsepower.
Yeah,
that's right.
I did Roscoe last year with that moose ghosted in the background, so you can only see it if you're looking. It looks like a black panel, but it's got 4% different in shade, so you have to actually look at it, see it. But I put some red stripes on it, which I'm going to get rid of this year. So I've got some ideas on that too. So, I just being your own, designing my own wraps, the hardest thing, right? Like I'm the worst client. So thanks, Corey, man. Corey says I do amazing work, and I do all his custom work. So he's
perfect. Yeah.
Sometimes
we'll
I get
you up and we'll get you some, give you some Canuck Powersports business there too to do up some stuff.
Oh, cool. I'd love that, man. That's awesome. Yeah. I'd love that. So, yeah.
Right on.
I love these shots. Oh, here, we got to get back to got to get back to this. There we go. I love that shot right here.
Oh, yeah. It's great.
Yeah.
So that's going up the east side of the Abitibi Canyon. That's at the warm-up shack there right at the train tracks. And
Island Falls.
I think we got 4 turbo sleds and then a couple 2-strokes there in the back. But so this was
awesome.
Yeah. I can't remember if this was last year or the year before, but this was we were going up to the canyon on the Thursday or Friday to drop off the final sign.
This was last year because that's the same group. Because I see Dan's sled at the very back, and then there's Ryan's. Yeah. This was it must. Well, I'm guessing
that was
it was.
last year.
Oh yeah, that's a 900 turbo back there. Yeah.
Yep, that's Dan's. Yeah.
And then
can't get more closer.
Yeah, Todd's 900 XRS should be in there somewhere too.
Yeah,
his turbo. But anyways, we stopped there. That's about
him and Rich are still to come. They're riding down the trail.
No, we weren't there yet. We were driving up that night.
Oh, okay, right on.
Right?
Perfect.
Yeah, I think that was the night we were driving up. Yeah.
So we always stop there. That's about 85K or 90K north of Cochrane there. So that's a good stretch point and P break, and then the last stretch is a nice fast section going up from halfway out all the way up to base camp there. So that's the group. So as you can see, the group is getting larger as the event is getting closer. Guys are joining on and coming out, putting on our final signs, and just enjoying hanging out with everybody. And good group. So
that's cool. Do you ride it too, or do you just kind of chill and stay back for the day?
Yeah, so most of our riding takes place the whole week prior. So we ride the loops to put out the checkpoint signs on the Saturday after we see everyone off, because we make sure that we're there out on the lake at 7:00 to see everyone off, and we let them go off in waves. And then once everyone's done, we do our draw prizes. So and then we post up all the draw prizes, so when the guys get back, they can see if they've won anything. And then Todd and I usually tie up a few loose ends, whatever we have to do, and then him and I head down to Iroquois Falls. We found this awesome little restaurant owned by these lovely ladies that have some home cooked meals, and we go have a nice little home cooked meal down there and ride back from Iroquois Falls, and then we get any other little loose ends tied up. And then as the guys are starting to come in from their 400s and 600s, then we're welcoming them back as they're coming back into the parking lot of the Best Western there. So we make sure we're there, and then we have our phones on in case anyone needs assistance as well. So we don't do as much riding on the Saturday, the day of the event, just due to logistics. And then on the Sunday is one of our biggest rides where we're out picking up all the signs as well. So we get in a ton of riding that week for sure. So Saturday is usually our most quiet day. which is the day of the ride.
Right on.
It's cool.
See, the polar bear riders just
Man,
posted.
I
Looks like it
miss
feels like it's the
snowmobiling.
middle of January. Look at it. Look at that. Look at this. That's up there right now.
Oh,
Look at that.
Nice.
That's crazy.
That's awesome.
Nuts, man.
Nice.
That's the best.
I like that Choco suit you got on there.
Yeah, so yeah, that's
That's nice.
that's the Quantum. That's got the float 8 in it as well. That's the red and black. Yeah, that's one of my favorite jackets by far. And then yeah, please don't feed the Sasquatch. So yeah, no one fed me. So I don't know if it was because of the sign. Or,
So they listen, right?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Those signs are all over.
And that isn't a pink stripe. It looks like pink on my screen, and yeah. So
yeah, that's the red and
actually
black.
red.
The jacket comes
Yeah.
in blue, gray, black. It's an awesome coat, and it's a float 8 as well. So it's
Sweet.
yeah, great coat. That's one of my favorites. Absolutely.
I like the pocket right here. My 509 has a pocket that's in the zipper that like it's got the flap that magnets over, and I love having a pocket up high for license or whatever. And so
Yeah, and a lot of the Choco coats too. On the inside, on the left-hand side, there's a little pocket there for a phone, and also a little pocket for a map, which is awesome. So you know that if you keep your phone on an outside pocket, it freezes. You go to take a picture of that moose or whatever on the trail. You pull out your phone, freezes, shuts off. On the inside of the Choco jackets, a lot of them have the cell phone and the map pocket. You can so it stays warm next to your body, and your phone's good to go. There's not much service as the further you go north, but for pictures and all that kind of thing, it's handy. So yeah, that's definitely an awesome feature of these jackets for sure.
That's nice. Too.
yeah. And you don't wear a tech vest yet, eh?
Not yet. I think I'll pick
That's
one
just
up.
that's just
this year.
natural
Yeah.
fluffiness there, is it?
Yes. Yeah, that's the body hair. Puffing up the coat there. Yeah. It could be my COVID dad bod too, but we won't talk about
That's right. We won't talk about that, right?
that. Yeah, right on. This is Zeverly Falls, south of Cochrane there. So
Cool.
that was a nice warm day. That was I think it was about 8 degrees that day when we were down there, and snow was definitely soft, and you were catching some ruts. Guys were leaving trenches behind in the soft snow, so you really had to be cautious that day when you're riding that you didn't get caught in someone else's ski rut or whatever. But it's Zeverly Falls down there, and there's a little bridge, and I believe last year that's kind of where the trail ended. It stopped there, and then we had to turn around and go back the other way. But usually that trail goes all the way right through. But it's a nice little stop, good little picture stop there.
That's a wicked
Great place
picture.
for a break too.
Nice picture with the bridge and the dark clouds. That's awesome. Wicked. Yeah.
Slowly working on the photography skills. But,
You got some really neat shots. Like
Yeah,
I envy guys that take these good Instagram photos on their own, right? It's something I can't do. All my shots look horrible. Oh, maybe it's just me. It isn't.
But, so it's I'm definitely not a pro by any means, but we have some fun, and we try to get some good shots there throughout the year and with the groups as well. So
that's cool.
Yeah, we do our best, and we have try to get our content out there, and it's always good times too.
So where can people find you on social media? Just shout out your channels, or if you want to type them, if you see the chat, if you want to type them in the chat, or you're on your phone though, aren't you? That's kind of awkward.
Yeah, I'm on my phone. I got my laptop open behind me, which probably looks why it looks like I'm looking sideways here. But we're on Instagram and Facebook, so you can find us on Instagram, Canuck Powersports. We have a Twitter account as well, but I haven't been active on that for quite some time. And then our Facebook page as well. You can just Google Canuck Powersports, and we've got all the information for our Great Northern Expedition event on there. We've got we posted the links for the show tonight for people they could come and drop in, and
Thank you for doing
so
that.
we're pretty active on
we're
pretty active on those sites. And then, like I said, if anyone has a question or whatever, they can drop me a line. My contact info is on there as well. You can fire me off an email or a DM, and then we have our website as well, which is www.canuckpowersports.com, and that's where you can register for the Great Northern Expedition as well. right on the link on that page too. So as I mentioned earlier, we're having just a little bit of technical difficulties there with the registration page. Our IT person is on it right now, and the link should be back up and running properly by tomorrow or the next day. So lots of time till the event on March 5th. So
yeah, nice.
Right on.
Kim posted at Canuck Powersports both on Instagram and Facebook, and Mark Bosis. Great show again. See ya.
Yeah, it was
What
a
do
great
you
show,
think?
man.
Thanks.
Yeah, we gotta hit the 4-hour mark. We're going for John's record now. John Schwartz.
That was good, man. Good guest. That was great. Ryan. Great.
I appreciate you guys having me, and
Appreciate the
hopefully
time.
we'll both get out in the snow with you guys this year. So
Yeah, for sure. Like I'm so close to you up there. It's crazy. So my son would love to ride with you too.
absolutely.
If we don't remember to reach out to you before the event, you want to just reach out to Rich or myself, and we'll get you back on to give us an update on what's happening with it, and even before the registration deadline closes, that kind of thing, and we'll make sure that we do one last big push for you. I think what you're doing is really good. It's a great charity fundraiser, and it sounds like it's a great thing for the snowmobiling community. So thank you for that.
Yeah, no,
sure. No, we appreciate it. And we appreciate all the support from our sponsors and from the riders. And like I said, we couldn't do it without the riders and the sponsors. So a big shout out to you guys. And like I said, it's an event that is like no other. There's something for everyone. You can do a 400, 600, 800,000 case. We have everything from the hardcore rider that wants to go out and pound on super high miles. And then we have families, and we've had people come and do the event riding 2-up. So they're coming out and just enjoying the day. And, some people walk away with some amazing prizes, and it's a good day had by all, and meet new friends, and those friends that we continue to keep in contact with and ride with every year, not only at the event, but aside from the event as well. So.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
And hey, next week we have Ski-Doo ambassador MJ Thompson on, and she likes snow dances. So if people can send in their best snow dance pictures to fanphoto@mudbrats.com before Monday at noon, make sure you do that, because let's flood the show next week with snow dance pictures if you can. And if you got some video, then send me a link to the video, not the video itself. But it was great to see Pasty Boy out there, and Steve McCauley.
Yeah, everyone, man.
A lot of people still hanging out here, so it's awesome.
Clark, Neil,
Todd,
Corey. Yeah, it was great, man.
Yeah,
Another
absolutely.
great night.
A lot of
active
fun
chat
time.
tonight. It was great.
Yeah, appreciate
stories,
everyone
Ryan.
tuning in, and it's fantastic, and you guys have a great show. It's has a great flow, and it's just like sitting here talking to your buddies on the couch, like whether you're out sledding, sitting in the hotel or whatever, right? And that's what it's all about. So, and we beat Clark's time, so that's the main thing.
That's always, and you got almost a half an hour longer, so that's great. So anyway, if people are tuning in for this on the replay, there's 2 more videos I think you'll like to see at the end of the credits here, and make sure you hit that like button on this broadcast, and hit the subscribe button to my channel. And also Rich Outdoors is a great channel, and he'll have some new content fresh and ready to go very soon. So right, Rich, he promises this year.
Yeah,
that's right.
Sure. That's awesome.
So,
right.
hey, thanks again, Ryan.
Ryan.
It's great. You were awesome. It was a lot of fun. I haven't laughed this much in quite a while. So
right on. We'll do it again soon for sure. And I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for having me on, and thanks to everyone in the chat that was still sticking into the end here. So now we appreciate it.
Sure.
And we'll see you guys out in the snow. If you guys are ever up in the Skoke area, drop me an email or give me a shout, and maybe we'll join you on the trails. Go out for a rip this winter.
We'll get out riding a couple times, right? For sure. Yeah.
That sounds good. And hang around after the credits there, Ryan. Okay.
Clark just said, Ryan, your bars just went to back order.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah. I don't know. Clark, he really shouted you out there too much. I think
he's a great
guy. I think
guy.
that's beyond sponsorship level. You better ante it up. Yeah. So
it's definitely beyond sponsor. We've got a good working relationship between Clark and Clay and myself, and like I say, Clay and I can sit at the end of a day of riding or whatever, and we're just back and forth at each other too, which is always a lot of laughs. So he's a good sport. So
absolutely,
those guys they're top notch. Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
Okay. Well, thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you next week, Monday at 7 p.m. And check this out.
Yeah.
Cancel your mail for a while. It's a journey for life, and I'm your ride. Hang on, we'll be long gone. A journey for life, I'm your ride. No, 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 no. It's a journey for